Hello? You can come here. Hello? Online students, can you hear me? Hello? Vidya? Okay. Okay, good morning everyone. How are you guys doing? Good? Should be happy after the RCB victory, no? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so online students, a lot of them are chatting about that only. Okay, RCB's victory. But I think it's a learning lesson for us also. You know, after all, there is hopes. You know, even if there is 1% chance, you know, it gives us hope that even in KPSC or in any competitive examination, that is what is there. You know, there is only about 1% or a very small proportion of hope in all competitive examination, whether it is sports, you know, whether it is any business, life in general also, as well as competitive examination, especially KPSC. Now, many of you might be struggling for 2, 3, 4 years. Okay, many might have already ruled you out. Okay, but you are struggling, you have that hope. Okay, that is what is going to help you clear this examination. Okay, so we started Sunday Manthan about 3 months back. Okay, with an intention to ensure that, you know, a lot of meritorious students who are struggling, we can at least provide them some kind of a discipline every Sunday. Okay, and we have been doing this every week, and today will be the last day of part 1 of Sunday Manthan, which will be covering, you know, which will be focused on prelims. Okay, after that, every week I'll tell you what all we have planned. Then after prelims, we will be starting with Sunday Manthan 2.0, the second version, where we'll be focusing on mains related topics. Okay, I will tell you about it later on. Is that okay? So, I mean, the victory of RCB yesterday, okay, shows us that, you know, there are so many issues that we are going to face, you know, in KPSC also. As you have already seen in the past 3 months, it has already, you know, been a roller coaster ride where dates have been postponed, and there was, you know, issue with respect to whether it is going to get postponed or not. Now, finally, on 21st of July, okay, you have the prelims that is going to be held, and this is a really good opportunity. Okay, that 1% chance is given to you now. Now, how you are going to use it, okay, that's up to you. All right, but in this today's class, I will also talk about what we are going to do or what you should do in the next 60 days. So, before that, we will cover today's topic on April and May current affairs relating to Karnataka. Okay, so that's what I have planned to do today. So, today we will be covering April and May current affairs. After that, a little bit about what strategy you can adopt, okay, in the next 60 days to make sure that you utilize that 1% of chance and clear this examination. So, I want all of you to be attending mains Sunday Manthan also, so that, you know, and also make sure that you don't do the wrong things, you know, don't you know, complicate your preparation, etc. So, let me give you a 60 days master plan on prelims, okay, and then finally essay topics. So, a lot of students were requesting for essay topics. So, I will provide the first round of essay topics, okay, what all important areas one needs to focus, because if you have seen KPSC essay topics, they are all related to current affairs. So, now that you are already preparing for current affairs and you will also be preparing the next 2 months, so what all points or what all information that you can keep in mind or collect for essay. Okay, so if I give you those lists, it will help you to keep those information right from now only, so that when you start writing essay, right, you don't have to prepare for it separately. Okay, so some important essay topics, etc., I will try and give you towards the end, and some announcement towards the end. Okay, again several free initiatives in the next 60 days, what all we are planning to do. So those announcement will come at the end. Is that okay? All right. So let us start today's class, April and May current affairs. Okay. So I mean, there was no much news on Karnataka issues in the 2 months, very few topics. So let me just very quickly complete those things. Probably because of elections, not much policy decisions were taken, not many schemes were announced, etc. But there are few important topics that we need to cover even from these 2 months. See, please remember this year's current affairs, that is 2024 current affairs from January to June is absolutely important. Okay. Both national as well as state issues, lot of questions will be coming from that. Okay, don't neglect it, because the examiner will be asking questions from the most recent one. And then after you finish January to June, next prioritize from July to December of 2023. So that's how you should prioritize your preparation. Is that okay? So we will cover, so we have already covered January, February, March, okay, current affairs. So now we'll cover April and May current affairs. Is that okay, guys? Okay, so we'll start with that. So before that, those who have missed today's class, I mean previous Sunday Manthan classes, etc., we have updated all of them in the YouTube channel. Okay, you can just go to our YouTube channel, NammaKPSC YouTube channel. You can go to the playlist. All the 23 Sunday Manthan classes have been uploaded and they have been updated. Okay, so you can just have a look at it, those who have missed it. It's actually very, very important, because what we have covered in these classes are just the most important probable topics that can be asked in the examination. We have not covered the entire economic survey. A lot of topics we have missed, or we have purposefully not covered because they would become too much. We have covered the most important topics, okay, from economic survey, from Karnataka budget, from Karnataka current affairs of 2024. So make sure you cover all these classes, make notes and revise it as many times as possible in the next 60 days. And I can assure you, my team can assure you that out of 80 marks that is asked from this section, you can easily get around 60 marks. Okay, so this topic, this entire Sunday Manthan tries to cover about 80 marks. Okay, I can assure you that if you do this repeatedly, if you revise it repeatedly for the next 2 months, you will be able to get at least 60 out of 80. If I am being very conservative, you can score that. Okay, if you try to unnecessarily complicate your preparation, you add more information, etc., you may not be able to remember what is going to be asked in the exam. So keep it simple. Make sure you revise as many times as possible rather than reading new topics or new questions. See, what happens is in this environment, right? So we are exposed to a lot of new information, books, etc. So some institute will release a new book, you are tempted to buy it. Okay, you spend about 2 days reading that, and then you realize it's already covered, or you may not be able to remember. You spend 2 days, but if you don't revise, then there's no point in doing it in the first place. So now that you have dedicated about 24 classes, we have dedicated about 24 classes for current, Karnataka issues. All that you have to do is keep revising them. Is that okay? I'm not saying 100% all the questions will come from here. That's not possible. Okay, but as I told you, at least 60, marks from 80 marks we can expect from this particular, program. Is that okay? So here are the playlists. If you want, you can just pause it, those who are watching online, just to get to know what all we have covered. So what is mentioned in blue here is for budget. Okay, part 1 and part 3 is budget. Rest all is economic survey. Part 24, part 15 and part 8, these are current affairs. Is that okay? So today's is part 24, April and May current affairs. Okay. All right, so we'll start then. So today's topic is on Karnataka issues, okay, April and May. Quickly, some points, about 10-15 topics are there, that's all. And then we'll move on to some essay topics, etc. All right. So first one is, again, the routine is, as you all know, we will put up some questions and then you can answer or try to answer them. Okay, let's see this. Okay, the first one, What is the name of the app through which KSNDMC, that is Karnataka State Natural Disaster Management, okay, so provides location specific advisory on weather? Yes. Yes. D. Okay, Mega Sandesha. Okay, right. So here both Mega Sandesha as well as Sidilu can be the correct answer. Okay, we'll just have a look at it. So Sidilu, as the name itself suggests, it is for live location of lightning. Okay, and Mega Sandesha is exclusively for Bangalore city. It's an app for Bangalore city, okay, by the same organization, which is going to give live information about rainfall, flood, okay, etc. All right, so we'll just have a look at it. So rainfall trend. So the why this was in news is because obviously, as you are all aware that this time the rainfall has been less than previous years. Okay, so it is estimated that the deficient rainfall during this season, okay, is about 34%. So there has been a deficiency of about 34% according to Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center. Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center has given that the monsoon deficiency in Karnataka this season, okay, has been less than 34% than the usual. Especially in the south interiors of Karnataka, the deficiency has been almost up to 68% than what normally is expected. Malnad region, coastal region has been near normal. Okay, so this is some information that has been. So just if you keep these number around 30-40% deficiency of rainfall. All right, now let's see some information about KSNDMC, okay, State Natural Disaster Management Center. So this works under the Department of Revenue Department. So Revenue Department is the nodal agency for disaster management. So tomorrow if you become Tahsildar, Assistant Commissioner, IAS, etc. So DC, District Collector. So they are the nodal agency for disaster management. So therefore Revenue Department, okay, under it comes this center, okay, Natural Disaster Monitoring Center. So it monitors all natural disasters. It monitors all natural disasters, whether it is rainfall related, seismic activities, thunderstorm, lightning, everything. So it monitors, okay, and it also has other functions like development of technology, like the apps that we have seen, okay, come up with training programs and modules, warning, mechanisms, okay, training of various departments, line staff, etc. Okay, so it monitors all the disasters in Karnataka. Okay, it is also responsible for management of disaster, various informations, etc., technology, use of technology, hazard mapping, etc., early warning systems. All these are being developed by them. Even flood measures in urban areas, etc. Okay, these are all being done by the center. All right. So it also supports agriculture by supporting the crop insurance schemes. So we know that crop insurance is now linked with weather-based crop insurance scheme. So for that also the weather related information is provided by this center. Weather forecasts are being provided by them. So they have a portal also where the information relating to weather, etc., is being provided. So they have come up with 3 apps. If you see their website, okay, they have come up with 3 apps. Sidilu. So this is location specific lightning alert. Okay, please remember these points. Okay, Sidilu, location specific. Then Varuna Mitra, help desk for farmers. Okay, so help desk for farmers. So there is a portal called as Varuna Mitra Help Desk for Farmers. This is at the Panchayati level. They will give information relating to the weather. So all these information is important. So at Panchayat level, localized information is provided through a help desk. Mega Sandesha is another app for Bengaluru weather. Okay, so rainfall, floods, lightning alerts is provided to the citizens. Okay, so this Mega Sandesha is an app that is developed by the center along with IISc and Department of Science and Technology of central government. Okay, so they have come up with urban flood model for Bangalore. So this name you try and remember. Again, it will be useful from your mains point of view for your essay, etc. This is called as urban flood model for Bangalore. So it is a initiative in order to address urban flooding. So they have come up with this initiative to develop urban flood model. I'll repeat again, to address urban flooding. Okay, so an initiative of IISc, KSNDMC, then Department of Science and Technology to develop a weather forecasting model focused on flood, which is called as urban flood model for Bangalore, is being developed so that they can predict, so that they can monitor, so that they can try and address, mitigate the problems associated with urban flooding. Okay, so under that urban flood model for Bangalore, an app has already been developed called as Megha Sandesha. Is that okay? So these three apps, I hope it is clear, right? So Sidilu, Varuna Mitra and Megha Sandesha. So these three apps by this organization. Is that okay? Very simple. See, we have almost discussed, I myself have discussed about 20 plus apps, okay, in the Sunday Manthan class. I am sure in other classes also several such things. So you can get questions, match the following, direct questions, etc. Who is, who has created these apps, or what is the function of these apps, etc. So make sure that again these facts are in one page. If you are able to write down all the names and then quickly revise it, something like that, you should have creative ways to understand it. Some are self-explanatory, some are not. Okay, so they can just simply cross exchange and ask. So like Varuna Mitra is an app for Bangalore, weather. So it looks familiar, so you might end up marking it wrong. So some kind of memory technique you should apply, or a story behind it or something like that, so that you will be able to relate it. Okay, so those are the apps. Okay, so relating to that, now you can answer this particular question. Yes? Simple, A, no? So minus 34. So in case, as we told you, you can expect the unexpected facts being asked in KPSC. Alright, so sometimes which you feel which is very trivial, and when you see that in your examination, you will have a laugh. So that is the reality of KPSC. Sometimes unexpected facts can be asked in the examination. Okay, right. Next, another app or another technological based question. Which company in Bengaluru did Bengaluru Traffic Police sign a memorandum of understanding with the development for the development of a navigation app? Anybody? Have you read this April? Huh? C. Okay. Okay. So Map My India. Okay. So you can write down Bengaluru Traffic Police along with Map My India. Map My India has come up with an app, navigation app. So this will be basically for traffic management, which will be providing real-time updates on traffic to the citizens of Bangalore. Okay, they will also come up with predictive analytics so that traffic jam can be mitigated also. Then personalized navigation solution, 3D based, okay, will be provided by them. Okay, so these are some information. Again, Map My India. Okay, along with that memorandum of understanding with Map My India and the Bangalore Traffic Police have come up with this traffic management system. Okay, a real-time traffic update, predictive analytics, personalized navigation solution, and 3D mapping of Bangalore traffic. Okay. Right, next one. So another AI based technology is now being used to monitor groundwater in Bangalore. So again, there is nothing much. You obviously can say that AI can be now used for anything. Okay, so one such initiative is using AI for monitoring groundwater. Okay, so this is by BWSSB, okay, in association with IISc, and then Central Groundwater Authority, Karnataka Groundwater Authority. Just the name, otherwise the content under it is all the same. Okay, so monitoring it to provide adequate, information with respect to decisions that can be taken to address the depleting groundwater challenge. All that, it is very generic in nature. What is factually important for your prelims is that IISc, BWSSB, then Central Groundwater Authority as well as Karnataka Groundwater Authority. All right. So, AI based monitoring system. Next. Okay. So, you can see that, now Karaga is going on across Bangalore, across Karnataka, I mean, mainly around Bangalore, right? So, this is who plays a central role, or it is associated with whom? Yes, B. Draupadi, right? So, I mean, just if you are not aware of it, just remember Karaga, it's a folk festival, especially Bangalore and around it, Bangalore rural region, etc. So, Hoskote, Malur, Kolar, okay, Bengaluru, Anekal, Taluk, we see different Karaga. So, basically, it is a ritual dedicated to Draupadi. So, basically to commemorate or symbolic return of Draupadi, okay. So, these are celebrated in different parts of Bangalore. Okay, so Bangalore rural taluks, etc., it is quite famous. Okay, next. Answer this. Jai Bharata Jananiya Tanujate, our state anthem. Okay, so is the tune is composed by whom? So recently this was also in news, so you can expect one question from this for sure. Okay, the tune is composed by Mysore Ananthaswamy. Okay, so the state anthem, some facts, if you don't know, please write down. Okay, any of these can be asked in the examination. So recently the High Court, okay, has upheld the Karnataka government's order to play the anthem before every function, state function also, as well as in schools also. So before every school. So there was a petition questioning this order. The High Court in the month of April upheld the state government's order. So must be sung in all schools. Again, all schools. Okay, government, aided, unaided, private, whoever it is has to sing this, and also before the official program in any government department. So any government department functions, if you see these days, they do play this song. All right. So this was published year. Remember this year, 1924. Okay. Simply they will change the number 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay. That also can be there. Okay. Kuempu, okay, is the author, and then composed by the song, okay, Mysore Ananthaswamy. It is also, there is another tune also by C. Ashwath and many other also, it seems, okay, but finally the government has accepted the tune given by Ananthaswamy as the official tune. Is that okay? So even C. Ashwanath is also there as the right option, but the one which is official is this. So the answer is A. So don't get confused. This also is correct, but the official tune is this. Okay. So that you can remember. And also this number, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I know it seems to be funny, but they will be asking that number also. Is that okay, guys? Okay. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 1924. Then Karnataka Education Act, under which all schools have to play. So that is the statutory provision for which it has to be, under which it is being played. Okay, Kuempu and these two names. Okay. Yeah. So that's what. So see, Ashwath is basically that also tune is there, but what is approved is this. Mysore Ananthaswamy as the tune composed by him is now. Is that okay, guys? So other than state anthem, there are other facts. Just if you didn't know, make sure that you so state animal is elephant, no problem with that. State bird, Indian roller. It's also called, okay, as blue jay. Okay. Then state butterfly, southern birdwing. Southern birdwing is the official state butterfly. State flower is lotus. State tree is sandalwood. State fish is Carnatic carp. Okay, state fruit is mango. All right. So what you don't know, you can write down. GK also is asked time to time in your examination. Okay, done. All right. Some other small factual news. Zero shadow day. So basically, when the sun is right above the head, then shadow is not formed. So the day, it happens twice a year. Okay. So this year it was 24th April. I don't know if it is really important, but generally be aware of it. 24th April and August 18th. Rather than that, so there will be two zero shadow day. Okay, every year between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. It's known as Lahaina Noon. It's an Hawaiian word. Okay, so anyway, so these are some information. Zero shadow day. So when the sun is right above the zenith of our sun, no shadow is formed. So we celebrated that. So Bengaluru, Mangaluru, Chennai, in all these places which is in the same latitude. So this was celebrated on 24th April. Next one will be in the month of August. All right. Next, horticulture tourism. Here again, two facts are there. So, KSTDC, Karnataka State Tourism Development Corporation, and the Department of Horticulture, in order to promote horticulture tourism, creating awareness among the youngsters, okay, to promote livelihood for horticulture, or farmers, has come up with this initiative called as horticulture tourism. It's very common or very well developed in Goa and Maharashtra and all of that. So in that same model, Karnataka government also is planning to come up with horticulture tourism. It was actually proposed few years back only, and they had identified Shidehalli horticulture farm in Belagavi, Kanapura, so Karnataka's first horticulture tourism hub. But somehow when I was seeing the news, there's nothing much information about it. Now recently, the government has decided, the horticulture department has started to restart this horticulture tourism in Bengaluru, in Tippegondanahalli horticulture farm. Okay, so have both these information. Depending on how the question is going to be asked, you can take a call. Okay, so initially when this horticulture tourism was initiated, about 2020, something like that. So that time this horticulture farm was designated as the first horticulture farm. But now it is said again that it is restarted, or it is starting with Bengaluru as the center, and several other parts of state also will be developed. So they will be developing infrastructure, tourist, tourist infrastructures, etc. And horticulture department will be creating awareness. KSTDC will be developing the tourist infrastructure, etc. under this program. Okay, so just try and remember these two farms. So depending on what is the question, read it clearly. So this is what now they are planning to start. Tippegondanahalli farm, okay, will be designated as horticulture, for horticulture tourism. Okay. Next, okay, you can answer this question. Yes, Karnataka. Okay, so anyway, so little bit news or information on Arecanut. Okay, so obviously Karnataka is the leader here, 40%. Next, Kerala. Okay, then some other states including Tamil Nadu and all of that. Why was it in news? Tirthahalli Arecanut has been given the best variety of Arecanut, okay, by the Agriculture and Horticulture University of Shimoga. The Areca Research Center has declared that Tirthahalli Arecanut is of the best quality. So they grade it based on various parameters, okay, on consumer preference, on economic aspect, biological aspects, etc. So based on that, they have various indicators, etc. If you read the magazine, you will find out, but all that probably are not so important from prelims. So based on those parameters, they have given the best variety tag for Tirthahalli Arecanut. So maybe you can remember some of them, and then Arecanut are graded into categories. I mean, I don't know, even that may not be that important, but anyways, you can see that Nuli, Hasa, Rashi, Bette, Gorabalu. Okay, so these are the different varieties of or categories on which Arecanuts are graded. Be aware of these names. You don't have to remember it, at least to rule out options, etc. Okay, Araka Research Center at Keladi Shivappa Nayaka, University of Agriculture and Horticulture Science, Shimoga. So there is a research center for Arecanut which has declared Tirthahalli Arecanut as the top variety. Now, if you want to know, I mean, Arecanut has been in news because it has been quite remunerative in the past few years for the farmers. So some information on the agriculture part of Arecanut. So they have asked even as a static topic on various agricultural crops like rice, wheat, where it is grown, etc., coffee and things like that. So a little bit information on Arecanut. So it's a commercial crop. Okay, Arecanut is a commercial crop. The climate is about 14 to, what is required to grow is about 14 to 36 degrees Celsius. So it grows between 28 degrees north and south. So that's a conducive environment. Soil preference, gravelly laterite soil, fertile clay loomy soil. Rainfall about 750 mm. It can grow up to 1000 meters above the sea level. And India is the leader in the global production of Arecanut. Okay, so these are something which you have to remember. So if you see, it requires high temperature, okay, so tropical weather, okay, and also good amount of rainfall. If you remember that, it's obviously it is grown as it's a tropical crop, okay, so it cannot go in very high altitude up to 1000. So coastal areas in the it can go up to 1000 meters. It can be grown. Okay, crops are, I mean, the soil preference, you can see that fertile clay loam soil is preferable. Is that okay? So they have asked questions on agriculture related also. If you have seen the previous year questions, couple of questions are asked every year. Part of geography or part of Karnataka geography, they do ask. Okay, so since this was in news, probably a little bit awareness of this, you can have little bit awareness so that you can rule out the option. You can't remember everything. Please remember that. Next, okay, you can answer this question. Bandipur Yuva Mitra Program. Okay, Guinness Book, India Book of Record, National Geography Award, Wildlife Conservation. Wildlife Conservation. B, Indian Book of Record. What else? Two more options available. Yes. Okay, so the answer is B, Indian Book of Record. So Bandipur Yuva Mitra Program. It is an initiative in order to create awareness among all the stakeholders for the conservation of the environment or forest. Okay, other than that, you know, there's a lot of generic content. At least you should be aware that it is creating awareness among all the stakeholders, especially children. Okay, or so these initiatives involve the schools and colleges around Bandipur. Okay, so that the stakeholders who are involved in around that area will be involved in conservation related activities. So field visit will be taken. Okay, curriculum related to forest conservation. Okay, various other such initiatives in order to create awareness through education about conservation. Okay, and to reduce anthropogenic destruction of wildlife. Okay, so this is a mass wildlife outreach program, all right, launched in the year 2023, villages around Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Okay, Yuva Mitra program itself can be asked as a question. What is this Yuva Mitra program? So it's a program, okay, of wildlife conservation in Bandipur or around Bandipur Tiger Reserves. students, teachers, local staff, farmers, tribals, okay, have been involved in this program. All right. So again, it is through various stakeholders. UNDP is involved, the government is involved, various NGOs are involved in this initiative. Okay, so it has been therefore given a award under the Indian Book of Record for the mass wildlife outreach program covering more than 8,000 participants. Okay, so program achieved recently. So what recognition? So India Book of Records it has been recognized for mass wildlife outreach. It has been recognized for mass wildlife outreach. Okay, next. Is that okay, all of you? So even otherwise, Yuva Mitra, Bandipur Tiger Reserve, mass wildlife outreach, conservation through education. These points you should be able to remember. If Yuva Mitra is asked and then something else is asked relating to conservation or relating to climate change, relating to women empowerment, etc., should be able to identify Yuva Mitra for mass wildlife outreach program for conservation. All right, next one. So this is again very important topic. If not for prelims point of view, from mains point of view, it's very important. Okay, so we had, if I recollect, I had just mentioned about this when I took, economic survey on forest and natural resources. Over there, I happened to mention Karnataka State Action Plan for Climate Change. Please be aware of it, at least from the mains point of view, that we have, Karnataka has Karnataka State Action Plan for Climate Change. In GS, when you would have studied environment and ecology, you would have studied NAPCC, right? National Action Plan for Climate Change. Along with that, every state also has to come up with its own state action plan, right? So Karnataka's state action plan, the second version, was recently approved by the central government. So we will now be implementing that program. Okay, it's very important for us to at least be aware of the basic features of it, or basic whatever is being told about it from the mains point of view. Otherwise, from prelims, what you need to know is that it's version 2, which has been approved by the central government, which will be implemented by the state government. It is part of the Paris Agreement Committee. Okay, so where we have to reduce the greenhouse gases. So various approaches to assess, to mitigate climate change. Okay, so they have to come up with a plan to make assessment, right? So who are vulnerable population with respect to climate change, they have to assess. They have to come up with mechanism to assess this, which institution will be used, how they will do the assessment. Okay, then they have to come up with a list of high risk individuals or groups or districts, etc. So once they do the assessment, they have to come up with plan to mitigate those problems. Okay, mitigation strategies, they have to come up with this. So this action plan should have mitigation strategies for various sectors, whether it is agriculture, whether it is horticulture, fisheries, okay, urban, rural, okay, also power sectors, industrial sectors, etc. So they have to come up with specific strategies for different sectors, and also measures to monitor those initiatives. Okay, through various schemes, programs, etc. They have to ensure that climate change and various whatever the greenhouse gases reduction should be ensured. Okay, so these are some of the provision. It also talks about how money will come from, where the money will come from. I'll repeat again: assessment, mitigation strategies, funding of schemes and programs, evaluation of the achievements. So the plan contains all of that. If you see the document, okay, about 200-300 pages ka document is there, which talks in very detailedly as to how they have to monitor, how they have to assess, how the funding should come from or where it will come from, how to implement them. Okay, simple thing like, say for example, solar mission or solar programs or renewable energy, EV mobility, okay, EV charging stations, farm technology, where you try to reduce the greenhouse gases, sustainable agriculture, fisheries, horticulture. So there's a detail, it's a very good document. You don't have to read it now or otherwise. Be aware that there is something called as Karnataka State Action Plan for Climate Change, which is now being implemented or will be implemented by the state government. All right, it's part of this long-term climate change mitigation strategy with the objective of reducing the greenhouse gases emission by the state. Okay, we see the document, if you read, it says that we are seeing about 4% annual increase in the greenhouse gas emission by Karnataka. The state, Karnataka state, is emitting about 4%. I mean, there is an increase in 4% every year in the amount of greenhouse gas emission. So this, when it was done in 2015, the survey, it showed that every year we have been increasing. To reduce this, what strategies we can adopt? Very few points I have mentioned here. Okay, it is not that useful from prelims point of view, but as I am telling you that, you know, we need some fodder content to write mains, to write essays, etc. So topics like this should be picked up, and at least one page should be dedicated to keep contents. Like, see, as I told you, if you read the document, you will find 4% annual increase in greenhouse gas. Okay, so then you have so many examples where because of the change in the global climate, like see, fishery sector is suffering because of change in the temperature of the ocean. So the type of fish catch or the migration of fish has altered. So this has reduced the fish catch by the fishermen. So like that, there will be examples, data, facts, schemes, EV program, EV mobility program, etc. Just the name of it, so that when you write generic answers, you will be able to use those factual information. See, as I told you, first is you have to identify the vulnerable section or vulnerable people based on district as well as socio-economic groups. Identify the vulnerable people. Okay, then mitigation strategies like renewable energy, EV infrastructure, promoting public transport, promoting industry efficiency. Now, if you see, there is a topic called as industry efficiency, and they have listed out what are the measures that they have suggested in order to bring about efficiency in industries. Like, for example, they may incentivize industries for using renewable energy, for using modern technology that will reduce the utilization of energy, okay, reduce pollution, things like that. You see, it will be written, the lists. So just quickly, if you go through it, when you have time in the future, after prelims, you will get lot of such fodder points. Okay, afforestation program, carbon sink. Okay, then adaptation measures like weather-based cropping, flood drought strategies, organic farming. See, if a question like this on climate change is asked, all of them can be one paragraph of 3 to 4 lines. See, because you won't have ideas. After 4 to 5 points or 4 to 5 ideas, the rest will not come. There will be a mental block. So therefore, you need certain keywords for you to write big essays, etc. 1500 words, meaning 15 pages when you have to write. After 4 points, you will be just circling around that idea only. So if you are able to organize the thought, and how does it come? It doesn't come naturally. You have to work hard. You have to read. You have to put in that effort. Then only you will be able to get more marks. It's not something like, oh, somebody is very good in essay, he is always good. There's nothing like that. The more you read, the more content you have, okay, and then again, the more you write also. All of them go hand in hand. Nobody is born with the talent of writing good essay. It's just that they would have studied, or they would have worked hard, read more, they would have been interested in reading. Okay, so like that, right? So weather-based cropping, flood and drought strategy, organic farming, animal husbandry, fisheries, resilient afforestation, ecosystem restorations, etc. Okay, so these are some ideas. Similarly, implementation and financing. So financing can come from external sources, meaning global, financial institutions or organization or initiatives are there. If you would have studied in GS, right? So there are mechanisms within the international organization to fund the developing nations, right? So we can use that fund. or we can use taxations or fiscal measures to get funds. Okay, so they can use corporate sector to get funds, and there are so many recommendations that have been given by this the provision of under this. Okay, so implementation and financing, sector specific activities, prioritizing with identifying department, agency, funding from central, cess, taxes, and partnership with international organization. Then institutions, so proposed governance structure with working group for adaptation, mitigation, research, monitoring by relevant state department and institution. Here also, which organizations will be playing a key role in implementing these initiatives. So assessment, vulnerability mapping, mitigation strategies, adaptation measures, implementation, financing, institutional measures. So if a question on this is asked, right, you will be able to write all these dimensions. So 2 pages on this, 2 pages on that, 2 pages on this, introduction, your suggestions, 1500 words is over. Is that okay? So, but for this you have to put effort. You have to identify about 30 to 40 topics, probable topics in the exam, and then write. So it is very different from other examination like UPSC essay. In KPSC, essay is very easy to score also, but equally difficult, because the questions are very direct. If you know it, you will be able to write it. If you don't know, you can't be creative in writing. Is that okay? If you know it, then you can be creative of writing. Is that okay? So we'll see some questions later. So is that okay, guys? So just be aware that version 2 of Karnataka State Action Plan for Climate Change has been announced. Okay. Right. Some other factual news. Okay. So first time, okay, in India, a High Court has heard a case where argument was made in sign language. So far also, such cases have been there, but arguments have been done through translators. Okay, so translators used to argue the case on behalf of the lawyers. So the first time the argument was done in sign language in Karnataka. That was which High Court? Karnataka High Court, bench presided by Justice M. Nagaprasanna and the advocate Sara Sunni. Okay, I mean, I don't know if these names are so important, but at least be aware that something like this happened in Karnataka High Court. For the first time, argument was made in sign language. Anyways, Kempegowda International Airport keeps getting awards. So another award has been won by them. Okay, I don't think it will be that of difficult to understand. So Kempegowda International Airport was awarded the best regional airport in India and South Asia. Terminal 2, the new terminal, okay, sustainable, sustainable based technology have been used in this terminal. So it has been awarded as the second world's best new airport terminal by Skytrax World Airport Awards. Okay, okay, just basic information. Skytrax World Airport Award has given award to Bangalore Airport. Yeah, eco-friendly, made out of bamboo. Several structures within the terminal has been made from bamboo. All right, next. Person in news, Mamta G. Sagar has won World Literacy Prize by World Organization of Writers. She is a Kannada poet, writer, activist, writes on feminism and other things, social based issues, etc. So Kannada poet and writer, World Literacy Prize, has won World Literacy Prize for her contributions to the world of literature. For her contribution to world of literature. So she mainly writes on feminism, social issues, etc. in Kannada, Kannada poet and writer. World Literacy Prize. Okay. Right. I mean, I think this you might be aware, right? So Karnataka Milk Federation has sponsored or is sponsoring Scotland and Ireland, okay, cricket team. So just keep that in mind for the T20 World Cup. Simple questions also have been asked. And then if you are not gone through it once at least, you will not be able to write it. And the last point, Boeing National Aero Modeling Competition, national national level competition was won by university in Karnataka, Nitte Institute of Technology, okay, has won this. So that also you can keep in mind. Right. So these are some of the topics that were there in April and May. Not much information, okay, not much news have been there. It usually happens during the election season. Okay, so not much development, not much inauguration, not much release of schemes and programs. So therefore, less news has been there in this past 2 months. So the next 15 days, May 15th onwards and June. So up to June is very, very important. So make sure the next month's magazine, etc., you read it and make sure just there'll be another 10-15 topics, you read it. Okay. So if you combine all the 2024 current affairs, sorry, one more topic is there. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So here there's an online portal. Okay. Cursory for mango, development, sale of mangoes through online. Okay. So it's an online portal developed by Mango Development and Marketing Corporation, direct sale of mango to the consumer from farmer. Okay, so remember this, direct sale of mangoes. By Karnataka State Mango Development and Marketing Corporation. So order mangoes directly. Okay, and last point, last one, BBMP has added one more screening, one more disease for screening under its newborn screening program. So for inborn errors of metabolism, there are many metabolic disorders like glucose 6-phosphate, dehydrogenase deficiencies, like that. Okay, so these nutrition deficiency disorders may affect the growth of the child, growth and development of the child, mental retardation, etc. If it is detected early and treatment is given or appropriate measures are taken, then these can be addressed. So that is why screening programs are done. So there are various screening programs like for blood disorders, hemoglobin disorders. Okay, so there are list about 20-30 such screening. As soon as the baby is born, blood, urine samples are taken and tests are done for the most common preventable or curable or diseases which can be addressed properly if detected early, like sickle cell diseases, thalassemia. So such kind of blood or hemoglobin related disorders are now being screened. Along with that, please remember this one point, inborn error of metabolism has also been now added to the newborn screening program by BBMP's health department. Okay, so for the first time, inborn error. So there are others also being done. Along with that, this has been added. This was more expensive. So what the BBMP does is, so let's see, answer this question. So inborn errors of metabolism. Please remember that that has been added. So how does BBMP ensure affordability of inborn errors? Okay, by screening. So what the BBMP has planned to do is, you can take a guess if you have not read. B. B. Okay, so the answer is B. So they have partnered with private firms. So the sample of blood and urine will be sent to the private. So instead of establishing the lab themselves, so accredited laboratories, etc., have been identified, and blood sample, urine samples, etc., is sent to these. So by partnering with private firm, to ensure affordability of screening. Okay, so that at least the name you should remember, inborn errors of metabolism. Several such inborn errors are there, As I told you, like glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase and other such things. Okay, so they affect the development and growth of a child. So if early detection is done, appropriate measures can be taken to address it. Okay, so that is about this one. So that completes the current affairs for April and May Karnataka related issues. So with that, okay, we end the Sunday Manthan program, where we have been discussing from past 3 months every Sunday the Karnataka issue topics. Is that okay? I can guarantee you that a lot of questions will come from that. Okay, provided you have to keep revising and be familiar. See, you can't remember all the facts. I don't know if you have attended some of my earlier class. That's what I have told. Okay, I have been telling students, I have experienced this in my own journey also. So every time when I was able to clear prelims is not because I knew all the facts, okay, or I had completed all the syllabus. That is never going to be possible. If you are planning to complete the entire syllabus, know all the topics, know all the facts, that's not possible at all. You should have the confidence, okay, and be smart to understand how many marks you need to clear the examination. Is that okay? So you just need to target that much. All right. If I tell you on an average now, out of 400 marks, see, there are several factors that is going to decide the cutoff, right? How many people ultimately give the exam, difficulty level of the paper, okay, question papers, etc. Okay, which area they have asked more questions from, whether it has been factual, whether it has been analytical, etc. Okay, so now that more months have been given, okay, I can expect the cutoff actually to be a little bit lesser, because many students would have made lot more mistakes, because of which they would be doing little bad. Okay, but I can also say that many students would have got an opportunity to study. Okay, so there are those factors also which play a role. But on an average, you can say if a general studies, a general merit GM student, okay, is able to get more than 220 marks, okay, they will be very comfortable and they can start preparing for their mains. Okay, a general merit GM candidate should be targeting about 220 plus. But as I told you, if it is an easy paper, cutoff will obviously increase. But since this time there is more number of seats, right, compared to the previous year, so cutoff can again naturally increase. Okay, so all that factors should be kept in mind. Now you can't cover everything. You should not cover everything. Rather, I would like to put it that way. You should not cover everything, because after a point of time, the more you cover, the less you remember. You understood? The more you go on reading, it will go on increasing. But then there will be a point when you reach beyond that, you can't remember, you can't recollect, you can't process the information, you start confusing. Okay, your information will start getting overlapped and you start getting confused. So that is when you should know that yes, beyond this I can't study. But human tendency is that I want more. We are generally a greedy species, humans. So we want more. We feel more is always good. But more is not always good. Eat more sweet, diabetes. Eat more salt, hypertension. Right? Eat more fat, cholesterol. Okay. But if you don't eat fat, also is a problem. If you don't eat sugar, then also is a problem. Then what is the solution? You should know how much to eat. Same way, information also. If you read more than one book, I will master a particular subject. That does not happen. If you read more number of books on the same subject, ideas will start confusing, facts will start getting confused, you will not be able to process the information and it will start reducing. So take my advice, okay, don't go running behind trying to remember everything or completing the syllabus. Be brave and know what you should leave also. Is that okay? As I told you, I have cleared all the times prelims examination, UPSC or KPSC, and even today, I have not studied ancient and medieval history. Okay. For example, almost, all my prelims I have been able to very comfortably clear. But I am not saying you leave it. I am saying you should know what is your strength and weakness. If you are good in facts, you are good in ancient medieval, I know the story, I have always been good, then fine. But if you don't know, there is no point in getting scared. See, I have seen students saying that one day I will dedicate and read, let's say X subject. I don't want to put down any one subject. Okay, I don't know anything, sir. Let's say science. Okay, basic science I don't know, sir, but if it is asked, let me study it for one day. Now, let's say. So even if you study it now, if you don't revise, after 50 days, are you going to remember? After 50 days, whatever you have studied, it's not possible. Okay, so basically you have wasted one day. Not only wasted, plus you have put hard work with zero outcome. Okay, you invest one day, you have to revise it 4 more days. Then only it will be valuable. So any subject would take 5 days of your time. So therefore, be very careful in selecting what topics you need. Now, for example, Sunday Manthan, if you have been attending all the 24 class, you have made notes. Okay, so somewhere else they will release a new book on economic survey. Now you are tempted to go and buy that book because your friends have bought it, because they have told everything will come from that book only. Now that you have studied this, now you need to read that also. Temptation, because we are a greedy species, so you want it. Not only you, even me, I also would have done the same thing, because there will be a lot of temptation. So as a mentor, I am telling you that control that temptation. If you have done this properly, okay, you go and buy a new book. E-book, ಓದಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ you would require at least 3 days just to read. After you read and then give 50 days gap, that 3 days, whatever you would have read, you can't remember. Correct? So after reading for these 3 days, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? You have to revise it. To revise, at least you need 1 more day. Still it is not enough. 1 more day, revision later days. So 3 plus 1 plus 1. 5 days is gone out of 60 days. Is that okay? So would that be really necessary? Or if you use the same thing what you have already invested in, now that 3 days you can revise 3 times, because you have already read it once, you have already made notes. So 3 days may 3 revision, 4 revision, 5 revision. Pakka you will be able to remember everything. Okay, that is the alternative. You won't gain anything new, because what is covered by us, same economic survey will be covered by that book also. Okay, here and there we might have covered some topic more, they would have covered some topic more, which we might not have. So like that. So at the end average, it is going to be the same. So therefore, don't get tempted, don't get diverted. Okay, instead use your resource and influence and other things to get more tests from different institutions and attempt it. Practice more. Test is something which you can invest your time and your money. Okay, new ones, more and more variety of questions you solve, the better you are going to get. Content wise, now polity also. For example, you would have, let's say, studied Lakshmikant or some class you have attended and made notes. You know, towards the end, what do they do? Revision classes. Okay, that class, this class. Nice, good name, branded names will be there. Okay, so you are tempted to attend that. Right, so there will be like 30 hours continuous, entire polity will be completed. Okay, so when you go there, new information or new way of giving the same information, it starts to get confusing. Instead of this 30 hours, you could have revised the same Lakshmikant 3 times. Now 30 hours, you have made notes. Since you have invested 30 hours, you are obligated to give more time to revise it. So you spend another 20 hours. So this goes on happening. Instead, what you would have studied, revise it. Give test instead. So that's what you can do. All right. So this is what we have been doing with respect to Karnataka issues, Sunday Manthan. Almost 24 videos are there in YouTube. Okay, you can watch all of them, which covers Karnataka budget, Karnataka current affairs of 2024 and economic survey. While doing economic survey, several schemes, programs and policies have been covered, important ones. Make sure you go through that. Okay, we have been telling you what all you need to focus on, how much, who are the beneficiaries, which ministry or which department, okay, who are the stakeholders, if any value amount is there, like if it is a subsidy based scheme, how much money, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, etc. And some facts also you can remember, that means when did the scheme implement, etc. So you can expect about 10 questions on schemes and programs, about 10 questions on, right, so about 10 questions on schemes, about 10 questions on general news. Is that okay? About 5 questions on budget and related, about 5 questions on GK, okay, another 10 question on other information, like this. So schemes and programs itself will fetch you about 20 marks. General news will fetch you about 20 marks. So this way, identify which one you are good at and focus on those things. Is that okay? Right. So next week, okay, so today is the last teaching of the Karnataka issues, etc. So we have covered all the important topics in economic survey. Full budget we have completed. 2024 Karnataka current affairs we have covered. Important schemes and programs in news we have covered. So on that you will have a test next week. Okay, it's a free open test. Okay, you will have 2 papers, one in the morning, one in the evening, like how it is there. Okay, so it will be online. All of you read it, read whatever has been done. If you have not watched or missed any class, recordings are there. Quickly watch that, revise for the next entire week, and next Sunday, okay, on 26th May, you will have 2 open tests. Okay, this will be available in our portal. If you have already given history and geography mock test, right, open history, open mock test on Karnataka history and Karnataka geography. Okay, the same way, you don't have to register again. You can just log into your portal. You will find this test on 26th of May. All right. So this will be English and online. Okay. All of you give this because it's a practice, not to, you know, see your rank or something like that. Just to see if you have been preparing well, if you need any course correction, if you have missed out some facts that is there in the paper, you add it, etc. Is that okay? So do this, keep it as a challenge. See, this is a 1% opportunity that you are getting, like, so make use of it. If you are solving about 200 questions, and this has been prepared by last year's topper, one of our students was kind enough to prepare this paper, okay, and she insisted that she wants it to be done free of cost for the entire son. So therefore, we have done this. So 200 questions, 100 questions in the morning, 100 questions in the evening, in the afternoon, okay, open for all. So that is how we would want to conclude this Sunday Manthan. So special thanks to faculties, okay. So Harendra sir, you all know, Tejas sir, you all know. So they have been also working every week towards providing a very good quality content for you every Sunday. Okay, just because it is free, we have not compromised on the quality, I hope so, right? We believe so, right? You will see the difference when you write the exam. You will realize it, you will thank us, I am sure of it, because we have this experience. Because when we put our heart and soul into doing this program, it is definitely going to benefit, okay? So, special thanks, I wanted to mention their names, as well as another person whom you don't know, Prashant, okay, he's a very shy person. Okay, so he has been a part of our team who has been providing us all the content, okay, slides, etc. So he has been working behind the team, in the background, and providing us all the necessary content, etc., research over the topics. Okay, so special thanks to them and the other members of the team as well. All right. So we'll go to the essay and this one. So before that, if you have missed out, so as I told you, this 2023 current affairs compilation. If you have read magazine, if you have read any other source, please stick to it. If you have not, then you buy it, as I told you. Okay, if you have already read some other source, then don't. So this is the magazine. And some people are asking for the economic survey content material. They still need textbooks, etc. For them, you also have a economic survey by our team. Okay, so the same thing what we have been giving in the classes. I always believed that writing would help us to learn while writing. So that is why I insisted that you all make notes. Okay, I hope you have about 100, 200 pages at the end. When we started the class also, I told you about 150 pages to 100 pages. If you have it, it is going to save your life in prelims. Is that okay? Just read that. You don't need this book. If you need extra content for reference, etc., you can buy it. But otherwise, you don't have to. Those who feel that, it's always comforting, that's all. So in that case, you can refer that material. Otherwise, it's not compulsory to buy. As I told you beginning also, just because it is there, don't buy it. All right. So that is one thing. Right. Now we'll move on to the next agenda of today's class, the roadmap. See, lot of you are still, worked up about how to go about the next 60 days. Okay. So to make you, or to make it easy for you guys, what I usually used to do for my preparation, what I used to do for, you have? Yeah. Innond Beko. So what I used to do for my preparation, how I was able to clear prelims every time. Okay, I used to study with my friends, my wife who cleared KPSC, who is in service right now, or others who have been able to clear also. When we used to study, after that, when I did it for my students also, the same strategies have been working. Okay, a little bit changes with the time we have done. But otherwise, having a proper roadmap, having a SOP, okay, having a strategy will always help. Now, for example, in sports, in any organization, in government, you need to have a plan. You need to have an approach towards it. It may look very simple. Maybe you are doing it. If you are doing it, well and good. Okay. But in the next 60 days, it can be a game changer. I have seen very good students, even last year also, I have seen those who have went for UPSC interview who had given KPSC prelims could not clear it. Is that okay? Somebody who has given interview 2 or 3 times or given mains in UPSC, I'm saying, had, some unexpected events during that examination and could not clear prelims. Okay, you ask your circle only, you will get so many stories like that. And then things have changed and it has become good for them and then they cleared next year. All that is a different story. But even good students, if you are overconfident, then also there could be a problem. See, for example, when RCB started after few matches, everybody had given up hope. Correct? Everybody had given up hope. Right? And there are so many other favorites. Right? What happened to them? So anything can happen in the next 60 days. You might be a very good student. You might have cleared several times. If it is your bad day or universe did not work according to you, then things can go wrong. It just requires one question to spoil your dream. Just one question, one wrong question where you would have got 2 marks. You got negative 0.6 marks or negative 0.5 marks. Okay, instead of getting 2 marks, you lost half mark and you would have lost your exam or did not clear prelims by just 1 or 2 marks. There are so many cases like that. I can tell you that people have lost by 2 or 3 marks. I am sure some of you might also have been in that situation. And then imagine coming Sunday Manthan in the year 2027. Yes, I'll be here. But imagine if you guys come in Sunday Manthan in 2027. That will be such a sad situation. And there are so many examples like that. Okay, those who have already in service or somebody who has given interview several times, still giving attempts even now because something went wrong. And that something can be just that 1%. So we can't leave anything for destiny or for luck or other things. And then when things don't go wrong, we will always blame the luck. But till then we cannot. We should be able to work towards this. Okay, so basically I have just put a timetable which, as I told you, I used to do that for my preparation. Okay, my friends and other students who have cleared in the past. The same strategy in the next 60 days, how you are going to prioritize, how you are going to spend each and every hour is going to decide how you are going to clear your exam, whether you are going to clear or not, right? So if you see your handout for online students, there's a link. You can download the handout from there. See, this entire environment, no, KPSC, I have been in this field for almost now 14 years, and I know how difficult it is for students. And, like how everybody criticized RCB, for, it may be for RCB just 2 months, but I'm sure many of you might have been criticized or maybe given up. People might have given up on you, okay, or they might be questioning you all the time from the past 3 years or 4 years. Yen marta idya? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ನೋಡ್ಕೋ, focus on that, get married, have children, all these things all of you might have faced or might be facing or will face in the future. It is very cruel or very negative environment. When I started, you see my first Sunday Manthan class, I told the same thing, that this whole environment is very negative. KPSC mein lot of negative people, even your own fellow aspirants also will be pulling you down, pulling others down, etc. Okay, ಇದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗು, ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕು, ಕೊಡಲ್ವಂತೆ, ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತೆ. Correct, no? All these negative things will be there. In the beginning of the class also, I told you, in the beginning of Sunday Manthan also, I told you that negatives will be there. Okay, all that we have to create is make sure that you are focused, right? So from the beginning, if you are focused, right, whatever others say will not affect you. And nothing succeeds like success. Please remember that. Okay, if you are successful, if you clear this exam, then only your hard work makes a difference or it matters. Otherwise, it will matter to only you and you will be crying about it. If somebody else has to say, oh, badatanadanda banda, ad marda, al marda, id marda, all that will matter only if you clear. Otherwise, you will be a poor man only. Correct. If you want to be a poor man, but yet you want to be this one, you have to clear this exam. Otherwise, nobody cares. One day somebody might come and pat your back, okay, it's okay. Ashte. Beyond that, nobody cares. Is that okay? For that, only you have to take care of yourself. In this negative environment where everybody talks only negative. Okay. Ad serilla, id serilla, aa material illa, idu mistake, so adu serilla. Arjun sir, all that is, just negative. Just leave that and focus on the next 60 days. Right? 60 days is going to be the first step in fulfilling your dreams. Rest after that, after prelims, mains, strategy, etc. But this is the first step in your 60 days. Enough time is there and anything can happen. You can clear the prelims, you may not clear the prelims if you don't use it. Yesterday, Chandra layout mein there was huge party. If you have seen some videos which you have got, RCB match at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, people were dancing. It is okay. But what I'm saying is you have also your own dream that you have to take care of. You are dancing for somebody else's dream or somebody else's victory. Nothing is going to change in your life. It's okay. You have to do that sometimes. I agree. I'm just trying to tell you that becomes the priority. Okay, next elections may result to adi idu antane 2 weeks debate will go on in the tea shops. Okay, so that is another 2 weeks gone. Okay, then UPSC prelims, 2 weeks depression, that will go off. Yes, so like that, lot of days will go off by just using it for unnecessary things. Is that okay? But you have to remain focused. 60 days is enough, is also not enough to clear this examination if you use it rightly. Is that okay? Right strategy even now will help you to clear the exam. Make sure that you stick to a plan. I'm giving one plan, you might have your own, that's okay. Right? This has been working. I can guarantee you that every year people say, oh, it is old, it is that, it is this. They'll come up with their own strategy post exam. I'm telling you before exam what you have to do. After exam, I don't know. Sometimes, that topics might have come more, this topic might have come more, that etc. Analysis will be done and they'll come up with a strategy post exam. What's the point? Alva, post exam, if somebody analyzes and gives a strategy for you guys now, what's the point? Right? So the strategy is very simple. It has been working every year, even for UPSC. Okay, if you know these topics very well, whatever question is asked, it doesn't work. If you have shortcuts, that is very temporary. It's very temporal. See, when I tell you shortcut, I'll just give you an example. There was a time, I think in 2021, if I'm not wrong, UPSC prelims mein there was a shortcut trick that had been doing rounds. Okay, for science, mark option which says all the above. I don't know if you are aware of it. Okay, so that is a strategy at that point of time doing rounds, because previously in some other exams etc. they had told this is the right thing. Okay, but I never believed this. Maybe it worked that year, but I never believed this shortcut because it is very temporal, you know, temporary. When somebody gets to know or UPSC gets to know, they will change the type of question, which they did in 2022, and you might have seen 2022 or 23, I'm not sure which year, was a bouncer. Lot of expert, talented UPSC interview students did not clear prelims. Some of your friends are there. They come and tell, oh, nam CSAT agilla. That is a lie. Okay, they could not clear GS because of a wrong strategy, which was very temporary at that point of time. For science question, mark all the above, and that year it worked. And there were toppers who did videos on that, saying that for science everybody do this. They also justified. So there were experts in all of that. Okay, so they had asked about 13 questions, 10 questions was like this. Without even knowing the question or answer, 10 questions, that is 20 marks they got right. Numbers are different. I am just giving you the the issue that I am explaining. So this is one type of strategy which is very temporal, but students who are very clear with the idea, instead of knowing this way, that also you keep in mind, ruling out, guesswork, probability, permutation, these you should keep in mind. But at the same time, there are various things, static subjects, static topics, if you are aware. Anyways, you would have got that 9 questions correct. Without this or not, you would have got it correct, is what I am trying to say. No matter what kind of pattern is asked, they will be able to, or no matter what type of question is asked, you will be able to answer it if you follow a little bit of smart approach, what I am trying to tell you. So these shortcuts, you should be a little bit careful. All right. So that's what I am trying to tell you, that sometimes you need to do the, do the conservative things to clear the exam. Okay. So what is that conservative thing? I have explained over here. So I have basically divided the topic into priority 1 and priority 2, if you see here. Priority 1 is absolutely important, whichever student it is. If you are a first timer, you are an expert, you are a veteran, priority 1 subjects are absolutely important, and I have listed the important topics or other chapters. Almost everything is there, so don't blame me, but all these topics. So I have also put box after each topic or before each topic. So from now 60 days, make sure you tick mark once you have covered those topics, so that you don't leave any of these topics. Okay, so priority 1, you have to clear or you have to cover. And then I have given a table for different type of students. Type 1 students, okay, who are experts, who are veterans, who have already read and covered all these topics, UPSC aspirants, UPSC interview, KPSC interviews, those officers who are in service who are giving this exam. So they are type 1 student. Okay, type 2 students who are yet to cover first round. Okay, if you are that who just started 2 months or 3 months back, or just starting, or however you are, both of you can clear the exam, both of you cannot clear the exam also at the same time if you don't follow it properly. Okay, so there is a table, right? So over there where I have discussed, or I have given number of hours that you have to give for each. So if you see in the first page, you have the subjects, okay, you have the number of hours that you need to give, okay, for each. Okay, so type 2 students, how many hours, etc. All right, and then I have also given test 1, 2 and 3, so that you can tick mark after giving that. Okay, absolutely important. If somebody is saying that I will take 30 tests on the last 30 days, it is not going to happen. Okay, so you have to give, okay, along with preparation, along with giving. So every once in 3 days, you can give 1 test. And test not only from our institute, I'm telling you, anywhere you are having access to anything, either buy it or you get it in Xerox shops or bookstall, you buy it. Okay, UPSC papers are also okay, or even KPSC previous year questions, UPSC previous year question, anything is okay, but you have to give the tests. So I have written there 3 tests. So once you finish that, tick mark. Is that okay? So current affairs, survey, budget, etc. of 2024, right? Polity, economy, and so that needs to be environment. Okay, economy and environment. So 35 hours for veterans, all right, and for first timers 40 hours I have given, because for those who are starting new or who have not revised certain topics, you don't have to cover. All right, see, if you see phase 1, okay, so how I have divided it is, in phase 1 and phase 2 will be covered in 40 days, okay, 400 hours. So assuming that 10 hours you are going to give every day, at least now you have to. If somebody is working, time to use your leave. Okay, if somebody is planning to quit, time to quit now, etc. See, you can always compromise on the job that you are doing right now, because you are planning to change your job. Okay, so you don't have to focus too much on the job. Some it may be livelihood question. So if that's the question, if you have to survive, do the job, but don't have to be an expert in the job. Don't have to satisfy. It's okay to be unethical. Don't have to sleep, when the work is there, watch our videos on the laptop. When your boss comes, minimize it. Is that okay? Do that, no problem. It's not unethical, because you are trying to pursue your dreams. Your dream is to serve the society. So there's nothing unethical. Okay, so we are worried about the ultimate goal, not the means. Is that okay? So try and get as much time as possible. So I am telling that in the next 60 days, at least 10 hours. See, even if you start your day at 7 a.m., okay, if you study till 11 p.m. in the night, in between breaks, etc., you should be able to give about 10 hours. When you don't have time, when you unnecessarily waste time, okay, doing something which is not in our timetable, okay, not sleeping, etc. I'm saying doing something extra, okay, like reading something extra, attending something else because somebody told you, going for a wedding, etc. Otherwise, I'm sure all of you who are full-time into this are able to give that amount of time. Otherwise, those who are working, minus about 4 hours of work. Okay, 4 hours you can work, the rest you can try and do it. While traveling, you can watch. Okay, in office meeting you can watch. Is that okay? Or you can read. Right, what is there? If you are working from home, that is even more easier. Work from home you can have the Zoom meeting, and next to it you can have our PDF open, and you're like, yes, true, I agree with you. That's all. If you make those comments, it is enough. If you are working at office also, somehow you can find, or somehow you find time. So 60 hours. So first phase is 40 hours. Okay, so 40 hours you should be able to give. So I have given the number of hours. I have given the number of tests that you have to give. I'm not exaggerating the test numbers. This much test you should give. At least 2 tests for every subject. I have given 3, but at least 2 tests per subject you should be able to give. Is that okay? So if you put the number of tests, you will see how much it is there. And then comprehensive tests, full mock tests, all that you have to give. Is that okay? Not for rank alone. Okay, comprehensive tests, etc. may be for rank, maybe to see where you are, and then you should be able to improve it. But all the others are for learning. The subject wise, sectional tests, etc. is for learning. So make sure you put this up and you tick mark all those things as and when you do it. And your week should look like this. In page 3, you will see your week, Monday to Sunday, how you should plan. See, without planning, nothing works. At individual level or at a national level, without planning, things cannot work. Modi doesn't come early in the morning and say like what shall I do today? Okay, where shall I go today? Which speech shall I give? Do you think he's going to be like that? His will be planned 2, 3, 4 months in advance. Same thing, any politician, any organization, any individual, even ours is planned. Even ours being such a small institute, also we plan for what we are going to do in the next month, after prelims, after mains. Everything should be planned, then only we can be successful. So here also every week you should plan. This what I have given is a macro plan. Do a micro planning for every week. So every week Monday, see for example, 2 subjects you can select, either current affairs and 1 subject, or 2 static subject, however you decide, because 1 subject becomes very boring. And then CSAT to add variety. So if you see there, Monday, Tuesday you can give subjects, and on Wednesday you can give a test. Test with analysis is very important. Simply giving test and then going and watching RCB match doesn't work. Give test, see the score, what mistakes you have done, analyze it. You do this 100%, I'll give you in writing, you will clear the prelims. I can tell you with so much confidence. Okay, if you don't do it, you can blame me. That much confidence I am telling you. Okay, same way, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you give another test. Sunday, you can again revise and start with the next week subject and plan for the next week. Which subject you are going to do, which test you are going to do. Select the test paper and keep it ready. It's not like Wednesday bandaga, oh, yen madodu, yav testu, elli hudkodu, call your friend, maga test paper idya, kodtiya. All that you don't do. You should have everything ready on Sunday. Yes, Sunday you will decide that I have 2 papers to be written, this to this one week. It becomes very easy. Then when you get up the morning, you will know exactly what to do. You will not even waste time. You will brush your teeth and you will start studying. Otherwise, morning will be so bad. Ayo, yen madadappa ivattu, polity madada, history madada. Correct. Now, most of you face that problem. Right? You will be confused as to what to do. If you are clear, this week I am doing polity, history and the histo, economy, this book, these 2 tests I will write, CSAT, 4 topics I will cover. Imagine how beautiful your mind is going to work. Illa andre tension, you'll go into depression, then you will change, then after that you will come and talk to us or talk to your friend, they'll say, Maga, KPSC postpone agutante, ba hogana Goa, something like that. All that will happen if you are focused. This is what toppers do. This is what those who clear do. Is that okay? How you study, what books you read, that's up. So every week you put this. So I have put over here how many days hours is required. So current affairs 10 days. In this 40 days, about 10 days or about 7 days for veterans, 9 days for freshers. That 9 days, if you are doing half, it extends to about 18-20 days. So each week you should decide which magazine or which book to read. It should be all clear. Everything should be done Sunday. So today, after the class, after the essay that you write, okay, go back home, right, have lunch, and then plan for what you are going to do the next week. Full Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ella ready irbeku. You should put it in, stick it in front of your page, in your table, and do what you are. If you are attending class, that 2 or 3 hours, you keep it aside. The rest you should plan. Without planning every morning, that only will become. And you will waste 2-3 hours deciding what to do only. Correct, no? 2-3 hours will go off, yen madadu antane yochne madkondu, then you'll ask your friend. Your friend will tell, I got new book. I institute, ella illindane baruttante. Then you'll go, take your bike and go, get that book, Xerox it, come back, it'll be lunchtime. Then you'll have a nice biryani in this one, eat, sleep, over. Monday is gone. Then Tuesday again repeat. So this, I have seen it happen. Don't you think it happens? A little bit it happens if you're not focused. 3 days may go really well. Ivat motivation, Arjun sir heladru, full motivation, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, gone. But Thursday, if you know what exactly to do, which book to read, which topic to read, over. No problem. Every day will go up and up and up. And it's a vicious cycle or virtuous cycle. Vicious cycle andre eno seriyagilva. Next to seriyagalla, adange seriyagtane, it will go on becoming bad and bad and bad. Virtuous cycle is not like that. Virtuous cycle means when you do good, you will be positive, motivated. Then you will do more good. then you'll do further good. So good will go on happening. It will have a compounding effect. It may be small to begin with, but compounding effect is at the end, it will be miracle. That is what happened with RCB also. No? They did not do everything in the beginning. Slowly, they built up the momentum. Maybe RCB may not be a good example at this one, but otherwise, this is emotional. So that's why I'm using RCB a lot of time, right? But, you know, hosa adhyayana tara, like, you know, that's where. But otherwise, if you see any institute, organization, country, okay, it has happened gradually. Is that okay? Yours also, see if you do this 40 days, you will finish entire thing one revision. Okay, for those who are freshers, I have skipped Karnataka history, geography, ancient and medieval. Ancient and medieval, I have skipped it for everybody. Okay, don't get tempted. I understand, 5 question barata. Okay, if you are really good at it, you already have notes. If you spend one day and everything will come back to you, read it. If you are a fresher, if you are to read, if you have to select the book which you want to read from, please leave it. ಎಷ್ಟು question ಬರ್ಬೋದಾ? 5 question ಬರ್ಬೋದಾ? 10 question? 20 question anybody? No. Maximum how many? 5 question? 5 to 10. Okay, 10 ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. We'll go at the higher, 10 question. So that means for 10 question, ಎಷ್ಟು hours waste ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? Ancient medieval ಗೆ. If you have to master all the 10 question. At least 30 hours, 3 days. ಓದಿದ್ರೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಎನಿ ಬುಕ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ನಾ? ಸೊ ಯು ವೇಸ್ಟೆಡ್ 3 to 4 days without any benefit. Okay, but that 3 days, imagine from Lakshmikant or from economy or from current affairs, if you revise Sunday Manthan for 3 days, ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಒಂದು 10 question ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that's where you have to identify which one to give. ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬಿಡೋದು ಕಲೀರಿ. Is that okay? See, it can't be like Virat Kohli will do everything. He'll only ball, come back and wicket keep and then go field. Everything he can't do. No. He should know which I am expert in. Same way, some of you might find science difficult. Some of you might find economy difficult. So you have to identify. Otherly selected topics you read. So like that, there is a plan. Okay, so entire week. And then if you see from page 4 onwards, list of topics. So students used to ask topics kodi, topics kodi. So here are the list of topics, important topics. Okay, which you have to cover. Cover that topic, put tick mark. But the idea is that at least 3 to 4 times you have to revise. Ega, let's say science and technology, space technology, tagondri. Any source, class notes, textbook, or some topper's notes you xeroxed and kept, or your friend's notes you xeroxed, whatever. Science and technology, one topic is space technology. ಎಷ್ಟು page ಇರಬಹುದು? ಒಂದು 10 page ಇರಬಹುದಾ? Right? You read it once, you revise it 3 times. Instead of reading space and technology from 10 books or 10 notes or 10 classes, read that much. See, you should have a brief idea about everything preliminarily, because options and answers are already given, yes or no. Right? Awareness will help you to get marks. Trust me when I say this, that when you have basic awareness about something, you can rule out. Okay, when you rule out, you guess using permutation and combination, and then you mark it. Is that okay? Iga, for example, so you have 4 options, alva. Basic awareness. I think I had told this in one of my class. Like if they ask, which is the capital of India? Okay, I don't know the exact fact ankolana. So A is Delhi, B is Mumbai, C is Chennai, D is Kolkata. So I don't know the fact, let's say. But with basic concept, how I used to manage facts is through concepts. By knowing about India's capital, that India's capital is a landlocked city. Okay, that I had in my mind anta ankolana. That's the concept. But I don't know which city, I forgot. Or I didn't put my attention to. So then I know Mumbai is a coastal. I know Chennai is a coastal. I know Kolkata is a coastal. So I will rule that out, and whatever is left, whether I know it or not, I will mark. Facts also hangene you can mark. See, for example, that rainfall when we saw the option. So how I will try and remember is 1/3. You know, 1/3 less, no, 33%. So when I convert percentage or number into ratio, it's easier for me to remember. So that's a technique that I have found out. Even history mein, first quarter, that is 1900 to 1925. Second quarter, 1925 to 1950. Third quarter, hange. So I would divide the time period into quarter and then I would put it into that. So hange, you should find your own ways of trying to remember these facts. Just, if I get to know that an event happened in this quarter or before 1900, if they give a factual information, okay, 1923, 1927, 1933 or something like that. I don't know exactly which is the number, but somehow when the universe works in your favor, you will say that yes, it is in the first quarter, I will mark it. Or let's say one more question was 1920, one more option was 1921. So what works here is, I have ruled out these two options. Now these two are left. When did X organization come into existence? What is stored in my memory is that it was started in the first quarter of 20th century. Okay, so now I have ruled out these two. So what's the probability that I will get it correct? 50%. Earlier my chance of getting it right was 25%. I have increased my ability to clear this exam by 25% to 50% probability. So I take the guess. If universe is there, it will help me to get that answer. But it always works. So if you say it, out of 10 questions, okay, the same approach, 50% chances. So how many questions will I get right? 5 questions I will get right, 5 questions I will get wrong. I have guessed without much effort, based on my common sense, without knowing the facts. Artha agta idea? Without knowing the facts, by using my common sense, I have ruled out 2 options in 10 questions, increasing my probability to 50%. So eshtayitu iga 10 question, if I leave it, 0 marks. But using my common sense, I will be marking all the 10 questions by using probability. Just guesswork. A, illi A, alli B, alli A, illi B, ange. Just inky pinky ponky, no, eno ondo. You mark it. So the probability says 50% right, and it works. I'm not telling it's magic or anything. It works. Try it in test series. You will be surprised yourself. If you don't try it, you will not realize. You will think, oh, sir, eno anta idare, kage kursta idare antare. But it works. You have to try it to believe it. And you will be surprised, my God, ingu agatta anta. You can mark almost 90 questions out of 100 by this strategy. By being aware, even so many facts we have read in economic surveys, schemes, programs, addu, iddu. Don't try to by heart. Try a mechanism to create awareness. Ee fact na eno ondakke relate madi. 1/3, see a pie, 1/3, 1/4, atara. Numbers, you can remember it like that. Years, you can remember it through quarters like this. Numbers through ratio, percentage and numbers like that. Is that okay? So you might not know the exact number, 33%, 46%, 29% and 56. So you know it is 1/3. 1/3 andre 33 no agbodu, 29 no agbodu. Approximately I'm saying. So you have ruled out 46 and 56. You have left with 2 options. Chance of you getting it right is 50%. So illi 5 questions are right, 5 questions are wrong. Okay, now so what is the net result? You would have got 0. Here you are getting 10 minus 2.5. So 7.5 net positive you got. Hingene 10 questions. So in 7.5 into 10 hangene. So that's how you can very easily get enough marks to clear the exam. What do students who don't clear do is, they don't practice to get the hang of it. It's not so easy. On the day you will try andre agadilla. All this, see why I was good at multiple choice question from the beginning was because right from school days I was doing this only. Meaning CET alli, I had got some 300 rank in CET by this method, only solving papers. Okay, CET, PUC exam admele CET 2 months or 3 months gap, I don't remember, but our time al bari solving this one. And MBBS mein, you ask your MBBS friends, right from 3rd year we start solving MCQs for NEET examination. You go to any medical college, go to their library, you will see them solving MCQs. This one, they don't do it much. If you go to IIT, those who are preparing for IIT, CAT level exam, IIMs and all, you go see there in their library, they'll also be solving MCQs. UPSC may also who tops, they'll be solving MCQs. Why do you learn? See, the thing is, they don't know why they're doing it. I mean, some of them who do it, those who clear know it. Some of them don't know, they think that it'll repeat. Ad madbitre, ad repeat agutte exam alli. That's why they do it. Previous year question madre repeat agutte. No. Why they do it is to get that feeling as to how to mark when you don't know an answer. It's a skill or a feeling. I can't explain to you because it's not very obvious. It's like driving. I'll tell you, gear haki, clutch haki, idu madi, tirksi, key haki, drive. But when you drive only, you get that feeling, na? Henge, some people may like, oh my god, yen idu gotte agtalla, tension agta ide. You will be like very comfortably driving. Why? Because you have the feeling. It's a feeling alwa to drive. Okay, same way. Illino, when you solve, you should get that feeling as to how to do it. It is very traditional and it has been working in front of my eyes from past 14 years. Last year also KPSC bardaga, UPSC bardaga, it worked. This works. Is that understood? Practice it in your practice tests. That's what is the use. Now I've given you all these tests, Alva, where you have to tick mark. What is the objective? Learn how to mark when you don't know. 100 questions irutte. Your target should be 95 questions you should mark. Okay. 80 to 95. That should be the target. Do you think you'll know all 80 questions? 100% no. Abba andre nimge 30 question. Life and death is there means 30 questions. If somebody tells me how many you will be able to mark, swear on your life, andre, I will tell 30 questions. But I would have marked 95 questions. Almost every year I have done that. What is that the rest of them? The rest 60 questions, how did I mark? By not luck, by informed guess. Learn that through tests. That I can't teach you or nobody else can teach you. Content we can teach you, facts we can give you. But the skill to get questions when you don't know, answers when you don't know is a skill. Is that okay? So practice that. So that is the objective of these first tests. Practice it. Guess madodu kaliri and even facts also. Don't have to by heart. Sit and by heart est facts nenpitkolakagutte. But be aware. Create a story. Create a narrative in your head so that you will get familiarity and then rule out. Is that okay? Yargu ella facts gottiradilla. If somebody is telling, they are lying. Even Angunu, I can't remember, but I can answer factual questions based on common sense. For common sense, you need knowledge. And that knowledge will come when you read static many number of times or content many number of times. Illa andre baradilla. So that's how you do it. Every week, do this. Is that okay? Simple strategy. 60 days you follow this. I will write and give you that you will clear the exam. And after the exam, you will come and thank me also. Okay. If you don't personally come, at least spiritually you will thank me. Is that okay? So do this. You can clear the exam. And then there are some other things. One source for every topic. You don't like the Sunday Manthan, leave it now only. Read something else, stick to it. For economic survey. I'm telling you a guarantee. Other faculties, other institute also will give you that guarantee. If you feel that is good enough, follow it. I'm not saying mine only is the best. No. Our materials are there. I'm not telling that's the best. If it is good enough, it is fine. Okay. But stick to one. Like history, namd book ide, innon institute ide, innon more history book kutkond odadre, it's of no use. Okay. Then test should be taken irrespective of syllabus. Please know that, underline, highlight, put it in your head. I have seen many students don't give test. Sir, syllabus agilla inno. Pakka odbittu amel baritin sir, illa tension agutte. Correct, no? All of you might have delayed it because of that. Sir, hotte now bandbidtu, adike barililla. No. Write no matter what. See, why? Because 21st ge exam idre, hotte nauta idre, you won't go and give. You will have to give. Odilla andre, will you not go and give on 21st? If you don't give, you have to wait 3 years, 27, Sunday Manthan you will be attending. There is no chance of postponement in the actual exam. Odilla, tension ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, okay, ಮಳೆ ಬಂತು, RCB ಗೆದ್ರು, all that reason nobody listens in the final exam. So learn how to manage those tension now only. 10 tests you will be tensed, 11th test you will be good. Okay, so like that you try and give. Okay, after each test analysis is very important. Meaning not the content reading, where you went wrong. Oh, ee topic wrong aita, enak wrong aito. Okay, what mistake did I guess wrong, or my information is wrong, or my understanding is wrong. That you have to do. Many students don't do it. First test ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರಾ, ಏನೋ ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಹತ್ತದಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಟೀ ಕುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. No. Analysis is the most important post. Okay, do that. Avoid again traps of each time reading new books, new topics again and again. Okay, don't aim at completing syllabus. Agadilla. Okay, if this literally, even if you complete 60%, you can clear the exam. Okay, be smart. Okay, you can't aim for perfection in life and in civil services. That's the rule. Okay, we can't be perfect. You can't be a perfect friend. You can't be a perfect husband or wife. You can't be perfect parents. You can't be a perfect child. Okay, you can't be perfect in your life. If you run to perfect, you will get into depression. Life hangene. Okay, if you plan to be a perfect son, you will be, or daughter, you will be in depression. If you want to be a perfect parent, you will be in depression. You have to manage. Life is all about management. Tomorrow service ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು, you'll be perfect civil servant. ಕೂತಲ್ಲೇ do this ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತಾ? You think you'll have all resources? People will come, all your subordinates, oh sir, madam ಬಂದ್ರು, I will work my life out of, I will work, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. Do you think they will tell all that? Nothing is perfect. Nobody will work. No fund will be there for you. No seniors will support you, juniors will support you. You are left alone in life, in civil services, in preparation also. So therefore don't aim for perfection. Jugad. Ivatayta naale nodana. That is your life attitude, especially in civil services. Ivaten problem aita, traffic jam, okay, adna manage. Naale problem nalege. In service, if you have your friend, you ask them, they will tell you. Ivat election ad manage adre naale nodkolana. Same thing here also. First prelims. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ನನಗೆ 220 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. I don't want 400 on 400. You got it? So that's the approach. Perfection, it's a life lesson to you guys also. Life can't be perfect. Okay. Then it is okay to take tests from multiple sources, not materials. Okay. All right. So that is with respect to the 60-day strategy. Priorities should be on current affairs and polity, economy, environment, geography, science and tech, and modern history. Priority 2 can be Karnataka history, geography, ancient, medieval, and current affairs 2023. 2023 gist idre aste odi. Adkinta jasti bekagala. If you have already read, then revise it. If you are a fresher, 2023 mutte illa andre, see some gist, as I told you, some book like this or any other institute. Iga national issues ge online ali you will get so many vision, insights, drishti, whatever. So many of them will give compilation 365, 320, whatever they give, no, you read it off. 2023 ka compilation. Is that okay? Similarly, union budget. It's there in our website, free download. You can, if you have read something else like vision, forum, something you have read, you stick to that. Don't read multiple source. Okay, union budget, you will get 10 to 15 pages. Okay, read it and finish it. Schemes and programs. Schemes and programs. Union, I'm saying. State alla aitalla, iga Sunday Manthan is enough. I'm talking about union, national. Schemes and programs. Again, UPSC websites hogi, download it for free. Okay, forum ide, vision ide, insights ide, list of schemes and programs. You download it from that. Okay, union budget, union schemes and programs. 2023 shortcut materials barutte gist, right? Shunya is okay, so many you have enough. Ella 10 ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು you don't read because your friends will tell you anta ಓದಬೇಡಿ. Okay, one source, they are all good enough and equally bad. Okay, so including us also, Good and bad, both are there. We can't cover 100%. So union budget, cover it from UPSC. Our website also has free download. You can read it. If you have not read, then read ours. Then same schemes and programs, union government, you'll get it in free anywhere. Vision Della, if you download, go to their website, free downloads ali, you can download all of that. 2023 ka current affairs, just everybody has. State, you can read NammaKPSC. State 2023, you can read NammaKPSC. If you have read ours from the beginning, no problem, stick to that. Otherwise, 2023 state ellu bere ellu kodalla, so you can read it from our website or from our magazine. Just the state, 10 page irutte ashte. Quickly you read it. Is that okay? So this is what you can cover for 2023. Okay. Ad bitre baki ella ಏನು, you can skip it also. I can guarantee you, you can be comfortable. Is that okay, guys? Sources, all of that, one source here. Okay, if you have class notes, good enough, guaranteed by your teacher, stick to that. See, for example, I will tell you my book is good, read it enough. Andre, I am guaranteeing it, you can read it. Is that okay? If I was taking polity, economy, something, I'll say class notes kododu, adnane odin. If some teacher tells you like that, stick to that. If your teacher has told you, or standard textbooks. Okay, na? So priority 2. Okay, so please remember, most crucial phase of your, preparation, because mains and interview, if you have to write, you have to clear your prelims. Simple strategy. It is traditional. People might laugh at you, or somebody might say, illa igella complicated agbidi. Nothing complicated. Same examiner, same board, same KPSC. Unfortunately, same chairman still. Okay. So everything is still the same. Aita ಏನು change ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So the exam will be the same pattern, same thing. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಇದು ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, sometimes factual if they want to reduce the standards. So I don't know, that we can't expect, but be prepared for everything. Concepts related with facts. Any type of question is asked, any kind of question is asked, you should be able to do it. Is that okay? Enjoy this 60 days, you will see. See, in the changes agala prelims alli. Okay, after that mains maybe in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that I don't know. But be positive. Adadmele prelims admele we will have a session, see how to plan it accordingly, all that we'll do. But now prelims is the focus, stick to the prelims. Is that okay? Maybe mains iga keluru who has finished prelims, another 10-20 days mains kodabodu. Okay, you can still do it. That all depends on you. Like if I was in your situation, I have already done enough, I have UPSC aspirant, I have given UPSC a break, then I can prepare mains for another 20 days, etc. So that plans you can change on your own, but how you're going to follow these, whatever you follow, you should be having a plan. Without plan, it will be like closing your eyes and shooting. Is that okay? It might look simple, you might be an expert. 10 varsha you might have given, you might be an expert, but still you are here and attending class andre, something did not work. That means you have an attitude which you have to change. I am talking about those seniors who have been there 5 say, hey, idella naan nodiddini anta. But still you are listening to this video or still writing this exam means still you are not perfect. Okay, so make sure you plan it. It may look very simple, but plan it. Is that okay? So crucial time, 60 days, the way you do it, that 1% chance to clear or not clear, that will be there. And nothing succeeds like success. Again, I am reiterating this because ella society or family, friends, 3 varsha, like when you final list barashtrallige 2 years agogirutte. Iga 24 alla 27 ge henge barutte results. Okay, by then everybody would have given up on you. Some of your relatives will also forget who you are also. Atarella situation irutte. Only person who can take care of you is yourself. Is that okay? So make sure you show everybody by succeeding. Okay, and I have seen this job, you might say that there are so many other jobs also. I know RBI might be there, NABARD might be there, that might be there, SSC, so many jobs are also equally good. But I am telling you, UPSC ka IAS, IPS ella admele, the next best job in India with respect to civil services is this. You have no idea, if you have not actually been in the service, you will not know how much power a revenue department has, how much power a police department has. I have seen even students who are ACCT right now are giving exam. My students are giving the exam this year, ACCT. Okay, because ultimately revenue department and police department, actually revenue is higher because nobody sees that power. Police uniform ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆದರ್ತಾರೆ. But revenue department's power, the raw power that they have, when I say power, not in negative terms, power for helping others, power to contribute to society, power to manage everything. On male bandre, they are called. Election bandre, revenue department is called. Okay, RCB match agata, revenue department. You have a show, you have a welfare program, you have Modi coming in, everywhere, for anything, revenue department and police. So the kind of challenging jobs that you are going to get in the future, okay, is immense. You have actually, if you feel that what you have seen is hardly 5%. When you see what you can do, but there is equally challenges. Pressure irutte, tension irutte, political, criticism, corruption, all that is there. Which sector doesn't have that? You think cricket doesn't have that? I have a cousin of mine whose son is a very good cricket player, champion, Ranjigi, adu idu. So much politics by the so-called celebrity, cricketers only. It looks something, but inside, so they suppress so many people for their own children to come up, even in sports, even in any sector, it is like that, because many people have no dreams of entering that, so people don't know. Illi everybody knows. They blame, idu corruption anta. Every sector has that. Individuals are corrupt, so institution becomes corrupt. Adralle, haven't you seen people doing good job? Our kelsa madadidre, you think our country can run? Tomorrow when you are in service, if you don't work, country won't run. Yes, it is not perfect, but it is being done at for example, election time. So many of my students are working in revenue department for elections. There is no time, IT job alli, they'll go with a tag and they'll, go 9 o'clock, check out 5 o'clock. India dalli ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ variable irutte, but governmentally no timings. Morning hodre, you never know when you will come back. I am telling you, my wife being in service, every time ee Sunday now trip hogana anta we plan, gone. Today also she's gone for work. I have also come as a private sector, but this is my business. I decide. So there are targets. Sunday no kelsa madbeku, nothing doing, you have to work. Especially when you become officers, you are responsible, you have to get the work done. There is no 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's a myth ashte. Revenue department, police, you think you can be having time? No. So there is a challenging job to it, but very satisfying if you are able to achieve certain things. Not only for yourself, but to society also. Social status will increase. People will recognize you. People want to be with you. So for that, 60 days is very important as a first part of your effort. Prelims agli, amale you can decide what next to do. Okay, but it can be a game changer because lakhs of students are writing. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನರು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಅರೌಂಡ್ 4,000 to 5,000, 1,00,000 ಜನರು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜಯನಗರ ಚಂದ್ರ ಲೇಔಟಲ್ಲೇ 5,000 ಜನರು, 50,000 ಜನರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್. ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಲಿ ಅದು ಇದು UPSC ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. 50,000 ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೌ ಟು 5,000 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೀಸು ಅದು ಇದು ತೆಗೆದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್? You might lose just by 1 mark or 1 question. So don't regret it later. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ, ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಆದರೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Is that okay? Right? Sometimes you have to do most humble things. Ego idre, KPSC or UPSC will take your ego, crush it and throw it in the dustbin. You might have ego in yourself, your friends and family, but society ke liye ego is only success. If you are an officer, AC no, ADC no, DC no in a district, you show attitude. Okay, as an aspirant, no attitude. Is that okay? Fine. So with that, let's move on to our next agenda very quickly. So this we have already discussed. Yeah, so one more main announcement. Okay, so as I told you, the plan is 60 days. So we have arranged a all India mock test for KPSC. First time in KPSC somebody is doing this, an all India mock test. So everything has been online for us. So first time we are planning to have, or we are arranged an open test, a preparatory exam, okay, on 2 days. So that in the first 40 days you will experience it, make correction, and the next another 10 days you will experience it. So any mistakes that you do, you can correct it. Is that okay? So make sure you target this. So what are the dates? 23rd June. Okay, 23rd June, approximately about 30 days. Give that test. So why 23rd June means you will have one more month for making any correction, because it will be too late later on. So 23rd you plan, like I will give at least one revision properly, and you give that test. After that 15 days, another test. You will still have time to make course correction. Keep this as a target and give the test. Is that okay, guys? So plan it accordingly. So on 23rd June and 7th. So there is a link that is shared. You have to register yourself. So totally there will be 4 tests. On 23rd, paper 1, paper 2 complete. And 7th July, paper 1, paper 2, same like how it is there in the exam. The option is for you to attend in Bengaluru, Dharwad, Mysore. Also who are maybe living elsewhere, who can't travel, for them online. But if you are in Bangalore, I would suggest you to do it offline. You will get that experience, the feel of it, both in English and Kannada. Experience it so that you can make the corrections beforehand. Illa 3 years, 2027 Sunday Manthan, remember. Is that okay? So before that only you experience this. For offline students, be quick in registering, because we have limited seats, because we can't organize too many people also. For limited seats for offline. Online it is okay. So registration will close on 15th of June. It's not as complicated as KPSC form. It's just a 1-minute job. Is that okay? So after class, you can all do this. It's going to be good. Okay, all India rank, everything will be there. So you can plan it accordingly. So please make note of this. Okay, Isala prelims, namde. Okay, na? Okay, let's do it. See, because we want to become famous. Okay, so tomorrow when you clear, you will send a lot of people to us. I know that. It's a win-win situation. If you clear only, see now 100 people are attending online, around 30-40 are here. All right, others recorded, another 500, 2000 people will see. Adralli 500 people clear prelims andre, what will they say? At least one ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಸಂಡೇ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಅದನ್ನ 10 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬಂತು, ಓಕೆ. So it is going to be good for us also. We want to grow, like how you also want to fulfill your dreams. So it's a win-win situation, right? So if you do be successful, it's good for us also. Is that okay? So please make sure you give these tests. It's going to be really game changer for your preparation. Okay, first time in KPSC, you will see suddenly the cutoff will rise because of us. Okay, because a lot of students are using that information. Earlier, there was so much of shortage for information. I remember in 2010 when I gave my first KPSC 11 notification ke liye, we had to smuggle, the materials and all. It was so difficult. Matlab, there was only one institute which used to do for KPSC, Rao sirs was there. So our material matra irta ittu for Karnataka issues, and that was not available in the market. So it was like as though, chinna sikdange, we used to all get it. But now it's not like that. You go to our website, go to any institute. Every institute also is trying to increase their quality, okay, because students are also equally demanding, right? So make sure that you do this. So all India ranking, Kannada and English. Only problem is online, offline barbekandre limited seats are there, because we have to make the arrangement. We are still a small organization. So otherwise online is fine. But I would recommend offline, even though it is expensive for us, but we want you to experience that and know our quality, so that you come and attend mains also with us. Okay, so that's where this whole idea is. It's a win-win, as I told you. Nothing, no hiding of facts. Okay, so online student, you can register after the class. We'll share the link with you. All right. Yeah, so as I told you, tests, where all you can give tests. So not only at NammaKPSC, any institute ka paper if you get, you please practice it. Book stalls alli, Xerox angadili sigutte, take it and practice. Previous year question, also book is there like this. Okay, previous year question KPSC, KAS Prelims by Arvind Publications. So all previous year is there. So if you want this also, as you do polity, economy, chapter wise it is arranged, so that you will get an idea as to how questions are, how to mark, how to rule out, how to guess, not it will repeat. Is that understood? So something like this you can buy. Okay, it's available in the bookstall, Arvind bookstall, or any such PYQ. So PYQs will help you do that. Okay, because it's exam standards, alwa. Same way, any other book, UPSC ka books, test series, also you practice. Polity test papers from UPSC, you do it. Is that okay? So this all you can do. So our test series, if you have not yet joined, join it. 21 tests are there, plus 4 open tests. History, Karnataka history 1 open test, Karnataka geography mein 1 open test, and 2 open test of economic survey. So totally you will have 25 tests, 4 preparatory tests, what I told you, this one, then Karnataka history geography class if you want, that's all. So these are some of the services still you can access. All right, fine. Also another update, from Monday we are starting IR, international relationship. So if you see current affairs from international, if you have no idea, then you attend. If you have fair idea, that's okay, right? This will be done from both prelims and mains point of view from Monday, 11 AM on every weekday. So our faculty who cleared the UPSC examination will be handling it. Punit sir, this time he got All India rank 795. So he'll be handling IR from both prelims as well as mains point of view, from current affairs as well as concept base. If somebody has time, feel that it is going to be useful, you can attend, you can call us or contact us later. All right. Right. See, centers, right now we have fixed only 3. They will not increase, okay, because we can't manage it, unfortunately. We would want to do it in every district, but logistically it is not possible by us at this point of time. All right. So kindly, excuse us for that. All right. So shall we do some essay? Okay. See, I mean, I think there's less time for talking about essay, etc. Maybe, so what we have planned to do is, after prelims, we will start with Sunday Manthan 2.0. Okay, second version of Sunday Manthan, where every Sunday we will be discussing 1 or 2 essay topic. Again, incremental. Okay, so one important topic which is going to be asked. So like this, we plan to do it for, let's say, 20 weeks at least, into 40 topics, and we can expect 2 questions from that, meaning 2 essays. Aram se you can write. Is that okay? So what should your preparation be for essay? In KPSC, I am saying. One is content and other one is practice. As simple as that. Content andre, you have to try and remember the facts. Okay, see, content alli, ideas are okay. As you mature in GS, more and more ideas barutte. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸೆವರಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್. ಮಿಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಅಂತೀರಾ, ಓಕೆ, ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೀರಾ, ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೀರಾ, ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್, ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದೋಸ್ ಫೇರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಯೋರ್ ಎಸೆ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆವ್ರೇಜ್ ಎಸೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಅಬೌವ್ ಆವ್ರೇಜ್ ಎಸೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಮಿಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೇಟಾ. Okay, certain facts, okay, then schemes, names, that is. See, unfortunately in KPSC prelims, having fair idea is okay. On andaj idre you can mark because answers are already there in the options. But mains are not like that. The problem in mains is you have to know it. How much you know depends on you. How deep you go in a particular topic is up to you. How much depth your answers will have is up to you. Correct? No, in prelims, 4 option, adral one correct. It's already there in front. You have to bring out the answer. Here, it's not like that. The depth depends on you. So for that you need these data to support arguments, facts, etc. And then the dimensions also is okay, that will come as we write. So your first job is identify an important topic. Adar mele like this one page of content on each topic, 1 or 2 page maximum. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು 20 ಪೇಜ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಂದ, just one single page or 2 maximum. See, if you have 40 topics, at the end you should have about 40 to 50 topics into 2 page andre 80 page. It's too much for us to remember. Imagine you have history, you have geography, you have polity, governance, ethics. So many facts will be there. How can you remember all of it? Correct, no? So illi 2 pages ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. Okay, maybe 1.5. 50 to 60 pages ಒಂದು essay book ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. It might look very simple. This is not the strategy for UPSC essay. UPSC li ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ variation is there. Okay, this is exclusively for KPSC. ಈಗ how you have made a beautiful notes for Karnataka issues or any other topic. Essay you have to have one 50 to 60 pages the notes. Adral nodidaga facts. See, because the difference is that I have seen students who have got their marks from RTI. They have brought it to me to check their answers. I have seen the difference. 40 marks kottidare out of 125. Nothing to do with language or other things. It is to do with dimensions and facts. Examiner is hungry for facts, KPSC. It's all, university level, Karnataka university level lecturers correct madodu. Is that okay? They're hungry for facts. Oh, new 2.3% rise in this. Oh, very happy they will be. I have seen that. See, it's not like I'm summa telling. RTI li tagondiro papers, when I have analyzed it, I have realized. One question ge like ಏನು ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಬರೀ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್. ಎರಡೇ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಸುತ್ತಿ ಬಳಸಿ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it will be there. So there's a technique. We'll develop it as we progress. 3-4 months only we'll develop it. Is that okay? But as I have seen, analyzed, KPSC evaluators mains are hungry for facts. Ideas secondary usually. And I have seen that's what 95 tanka kottidare. 95 marks. What I have seen, maybe they might have given more also. Good handwriting, good presentation, more facts, 95 easily kottidare. Okay, and that is not like easy facts. Sumne hange antalla papa, I am not telling like that. Student have worked hard. Ashton facts nenpitkobekanದ್ರೆ they have really worked hard. The thing is different is what I am saying. UPSC li essay ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ fresh mind ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ, good creative ideas ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ you will get marks. Because it's all in philosophy based question and quote based question. Otherly you have to bring out your ideas. But KPSC is not like that. It's very direct question. How you write is what, how you incorporate those facts. On page alli at least 4 to 5 facts irbeku. Okay, that is how it is. It's challenging. So 4-5 months alli let's develop it. Okay, free Sunday Manthan alli we'll develop it. You also start doing right now only. On the essay book totally 100 pages ge on topic. See now for example I have topics here. So a topic na barkobidi. And then whenever you get information you write it. You don't have to write it on one day only, do research and all of that. We will support you with that. But now when you're reading some current affairs, on point banta, flood bagge, weather bagge, global change bagge, on data, on facts, so employment bagge. See which page you have written employment related topic, you write your data there. As you do it 4-5 months alli data irutte, by heart ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ exam alli creative agi you express it, you will get really good marks. That can be a game changer. See, imagine if you are getting 180 in essay versus 90 in essay out of 250. Gone, you are out of the race. Don't even think. Plan for 27 Sunday Manthan. Is that okay? Simple effort, not too much. Just planning it. Like ಈಗ one Sunday, keep it for essay. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. Every Sunday you do 40 classes of essay or 20 classes of essay over. Difference is from 90 to 100. 100 different, 100 marks different or 90 marks difference. Yes. So that's what you have to do. So keep collecting facts, content. Along with that, simultaneously you should practice. So just to give you an idea, I'll give you one essay. You can write it today however you feel like it. So generally when you write it, right? So it is obvious you need to have an introduction, you need to have a body, you need to have a conclusion. But it's not so simple in KPSC because KPSC is very specific in asking what it wants, right? So that is what the body will contain. What is asked? What is asked? Let's give one question and then I will tell you. What is asked, you have to write in your body. Introduction, right? It's not just a small, at least 1.5, 2 pages of introduction. Ideally, 1.5 page introduction. 1.5 page introduction, about 1 page of conclusion. So given that 15 pages essay you have to write, 150 words, maximum 15 pages. Okay, maximum 15 pages. Given that it will be 1,500. Okay, this is the word limit, 1,500. So you can write about 1,300. This is target itಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Don't cross beyond that. Don't write less than that. Meaning don't cross 1,500. Don't write less than 1,000. Average on 1,300 words you have to write. 1,300 andre 13 pages. So 13 pages alli 1.5 page of introduction, 1 page of conclusion. So eshtayitu around 3 pages anta ankolana. So body should contain 10 pages. If you are, see how much you write in 1 page. Average students write about 100 words. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ how much you write ಅಂತ. Okay, so this much you should write. Okay, so now introduction alli there are different ways to write it. So best way in KPSC to write is to write the context of that particular essay. Okay, context andre the weightage, why it is in news, what is the issue, basic background, why in news, or the background. Adralli maybe you can write some quote. Don't write stories and all because it's a very direct question. Okay, some farmers bill andre, okay, you write a quote on farmers, or farmers are the foundation of our civilization. Over. Don't write kate. It's not emotional. It doesn't work so much, is what I have seen evaluating the answers. Okay, so like this, why and the listen. So adu around so much. Adralli facts, so adu you can add. Then body may, what is being asked, not every dimension every time. What is being asked, you try and address it. Okay, it will be very direct question. Analyze adu idandre various dimensions you can add. So what is being asked plus dimensions, like historical point of view, okay, social point of view, economic point of view, sustainability point of view, right? Like atara there are different dimensions. Okay, so for example, historical point of view. If you want, you can write down, or any other essay books also mention it, various dimensions, historical point of view, social point of view, social and cultural point of view, right? Then economic point of view, global or international point of view, then sustainability, that is environmental point of view, then science, that is technological point of view. See, when you are talking about solutions, all this can be a solution, like farmers problems, farmers bill, global problem, global is one, IR, international related question, G20 ke liye when you are talking about, okay, how India can contribute, you can write from all these dimensions. In space technology, don't you think in G20 or from BRICS point of view, can't we come together to help the humanity? Science point of view, our trigger idre you will be able to write. So like this you have various dimensions. Otherly sub dimensions are also there. Probably these are the major, I might have missed out something, but these are probably the overall dimensions that we can think about. Okay, so those dimensions you write. Then conclusion. Conclusion should be based on the arguments that you have made. If you have a new idea to add it in the body. Don't add it later. So conclusion should be conclusion. It should not introduce anything new. Conclusion should end. Summarize. It should summarize. Don't think it is repeating. It is okay to repeat if it is summarized. Thus, because of these things, etc. So a hope is there. So your conclusion should always be hopeful, positive, like that. So as you develop, you will understand. So conclusion, summary, etc. So this is how your flow should be. And when you are writing your essay also, the flow should be continuous. Don't give breaks. Okay. So something like there should be continuity. Meaning when you are writing historical, write everything around history or whatever related to that. Then when you start society, don't introduce history there. Oh, nan martoitu, the important point anta don't add. Okay, so like that it should keep having a continuity, that is flow. Then short paragraph, short or small paragraph. 1 page just paragraph alla. Break it down. Is that okay? Break it down into small paragraph and small sentence. Because when I evaluate with students, when I sit and see, they would have written full, thinking that we'll understand. But when I read it, I can't understand because what is in his head or her head, I can't know. No, they're like, sir, nodi sir, hing bardu. I'm trying to say this. Baba, I can't understand what is there in your head. It should be there in the book. So it's always easier to break it down. Dot sentence andre, the flow of thoughts will get correct. No, you book otta idre. Imagine if a sentence is 10 lines. You start ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು end ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಏನು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. So make sure sentences are also small. Then to continue, add words like thus, further on, like that. Those words should be added to give you that continuity. But break it down into small sentence, meaning one sentence should be maximum 2 to 3 lines, not more than that. Okay. Then you can write in points. Sometimes you should write in points. Is that okay? Essay andre paragraph al baribeku antalla. The job of you is to make the examiner feel comfortable. So writing in points, underlining, putting headings is okay. Okay, points, headings should be given. Maybe add flow charts, but not too many. Maybe 1 or 2 flow charts, not more than that. I have seen students write flow chart for the entire essay. No, 1 or 2 just to give variety. Diagrams, all that you can add. So this is what you can do for the essay. Is that okay? Further inputs I will give you as we discuss and write. All right. So some of the topics are here. See, it is not something which we have thought about yet. So we have to discuss more with my team. All right. And then we will come up with more relevant topics. This is something which we have done just for your prelims preparation. When you are doing it, how you can collect some information. More extensively, we will do it. More effort we will put later on. But for now, just a lot of students were asking because they are all preparing for, mains at this point of time. So they were asking. See, some topics like farmers related topics, you should have data, facts, program schemes. That goes without saying. Then natural disaster related facts. Okay, pollution related facts. Anyways, in this one you would be collecting, you should have. Iga rain, everything is to do with climate change. Lot of things. One question you can expect from that. Interstate disputes, especially water, etc. In Karnataka issues, they'll ask water dispute or interstate disputes. Federal issues, financial or anything like that. Climate change, governance related generic, ad nimdu GS allu irutte, ethics allu irutte, but obviously governance related, any new challenges are there, whether it is to do with constitution or with any statutory provisions, it should be there. Economy, growth, development, poverty related, okay, employment, all those, the data is important. Internationally, some static topic like UN reform, bore adaga kelbidtare. Aita? Then India's role in global scenario, reforms, G20, BRICS, all that, at least some basic fact. BRICS mel question kelbitrappa, en martira if you don't know the facts. Correct? So you should have those things ready. It's not like they cannot ask. Then you should not be worried. You have to do more. It is okay. All right. Then other things, what is there in news right now? Correct? You all will be knowing it obviously, right? Fiscal federalism, alwa, state mele they can ask one question. One nation, one election. Yes, so that can be a question. Okay, CAA, UCC, pakka they'll ask if 4 questions is asked, UCC or CAA, 1 question to pakka. Alwa, if you prepare that, the chance is very high. UCC keldaga eno one 2 page just baribodu right now with the knowledge that you have. How will you write 15 pages? Don't you think you have to have comparative studies? Like India dalli hingide, ee country li hingide, India dallu bere state alli hingide, like UCC already, Goa has UCC, alli hingide, does it work? Is it creating problem? Is it taking away minorities, right? Sumne it is minority gele problem anbitre aita in WhatsApp message adu. Correct, no? WhatsApp message means if you know 50 words, it's enough. Essay, 1500 words. Agreed? So UCC andre ಎಷ್ಟು research ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು? ಈಗ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ you know the article, ಅಂದ್ರೆ DPSP li ಇದೆ, which article ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು facts ಬರೀತೀರಾ? ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನು facts ಬರೀತೀರಾ? Correct. Right? So you have to know which committee has recommended, do you know? Which country has it, you know? Yes, who has opposed it, do you know? Other than Rahul Gandhi, I think who has opposed it in the other political andre adbitre bere who has opposed, matlab committee wise both. So for that what has to be done? We have to put effort. 1500, you think UCC won't be asked? How many would say kelade illa anta? There could be a chance, high chance, then let's say agriculture, farm distress, etc. Farmers bill, okay, 3 law baritira, ad bitte en baritira, which committee, adu idu, all that data, facts you need, right? Judicial reforms, collegium system, adralli committees gotta, iga gottu collegium bad anta, or whatever, collegium how it is done, when it, which act, yes. Beyond that what? Right? Indian model of secularism, that is now being questioned, alwa, right? So secularism word nane tegibeku anta, there is a proposal. Its significance, all that you have to write. India's rise, G20, adu, digital India, nutritional transition, etc. Water stress, that's obviously so many is happening. Employment, 90 years of RBI. See, if you go to our website, NammaKPSC, under self-study, there is something called as articles. Okay, adralli all these topics are there with content. Tomorrow we'll be doing class from that only. Is that okay? See, if you see, okay, I'll show it later. If you go to our website, over here in self-study, okay, you will find important articles. If you go and click on important articles, see all these articles are there. See, for example, here, Karnataka State Action Plan, right? So everything, all the topics, facts, information, etc. is there, like this essay question. I don't know, many might not even be aware of it. This is what it is. So like this, all important essay topics we have been covering from a long time. So you can see all these articles which are there, nutritional trans. From this only I have picked up selective topics. Okay, India's fiscal federalism, look at this. See, all of this is there. Recent challenges, constitutional provision, okay, etc. Examples. Right? Content ellide anta hudko badlu, what is there, you can see. Is that understood? So, lot of such topics from essay point of view. So because if you go to our website, in self-study we have all these things. So one of the thing is articles. Is that okay? So here you find important articles. We have practice MCQs also. If those who are preparing for mains, you can go to practice answer writing. Lot of students in Telegram are using this and we are evaluating their answers. I don't know if you are aware of it. So answer writing is there. See here, all topic wise we have discussed. Okay, let's say you want public administration. You open it, you have questions here. Public administration, let's say practice. Right, when you practice, how does public administration contribute? Practice it. Amale you compare it. Answer is there. Right, so practice. So like this, we have almost some 500 questions already uploaded from KPSC mains, free of cost. If you have like-minded people, sit with them and compare it. Right, so everything is here. See like that. Next article. Okay, essay. Early childhood education in India. Adar mele eno on question kelli bidi. Okay, answer. Everything about it. So we have mains question also, prelims practice question also. See this full essay. A sample essay, you can see that and then do it. Okay, repo rate and inflation, economy based question. So hange for all topics we have covered already in this one. So topic wise we have arranged essay, rural development. Okay, and those who are saying Kannada illa andre, there is Kannada also. We are trying our best. See, Kannada dallu questions is there. You can practice. Okay, so this is the question and then there is the answer. Okay, so everything is there. You just have to have a consistency in your preparation. So now you are preparing for prelims. Okay, tests, so you have joined, that also is happening. Along with that, there are practice MCQs. Which subject you want? Karnataka issues. Right, so there are questions based on current affairs. You practice it. So make sure you plan it, everything, it's one stop. You want previous year topics, you want previous year question papers, that's also there. In free downloads, everything is here. NCRTs beka, news snippets beka, previous year papers beka, survey documents, everything is there. One stop for all your KPSC needs. Is that okay? Make use of it, right? For the content wise, you will find a lot of such information. Okay. Right. So these are some important topics. Technology wise, artificial intelligence, machine learning, internet of things, other mele facts, so data, policy, schemes, right? Iga data protection, other mele on question kelboda. Bill was introduced in the parliament. Can they ask a question on that? Yes. Right? Karnataka issue, these are some which I could think of. I didn't have too much time, but still it is there. See, Karnataka climate change. Other Iga we did. One article is there, one essay is there. See here. In same kind of question will be asked. In light of the recently implemented, last year the paper nodi hange idiyalla. From that only I have made, keeping that as a reference. In light of the recent implementation of Karnataka State Action Plan on climate change, examine the various strategy adopted by the state to mitigate climate change. Discuss the challenges Karnataka will face in implementing these strategies and suggest potential solution. Keep this in mind, try and write an essay. Bardagane gottagodu what is the problem. Illa yaro obru heltare, yaro obru show ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ andre agadilla. You have to do it. Because only you can come and write. I can't write, or any of my faculties or your friend can't write. You have to write it. You try and attempt this at home. Similarly, Karnataka urbanization and other issues, Karnataka tourism, water crisis, fiscal federalism relating to Karnataka, how it has affected us. Is that okay? So something like this should, you should keep all these topics. Okay, I hope you have written these down, or later you can see it on YouTube and write it down. It may look simple, but take a 100 pages book and write these in each page and collect it. You see, you will be aramse getting that mark. You will be surprised. Then you will tell, hey, essay bada easy score madodu, you will tell when you give speech after you clear the exam. Is that okay? But the effort is incremental. It is compounding. Start small, compounding effect will be there. That's how you clear the exam. Otherwise, whatever is seen when toppers tell you, the amount of effort they put, that you can't see. You should do it. It's not easy, because the job that you are going to get is equally important. Is that okay, guys? So this is with respect to the topics. You can just have a look at all these topics later and solve some of them. Only when you write, you will be able to know the mistakes, etc. Right? Okay, so that's it, guys. So I hope this Sunday Manthan series was useful. Okay, if you have any feedback, we are more than open to those feedbacks. It was really wonderful to teach. I was very happy. I was telling my staff, my team, that this has been one of the most successful Sunday Manthan initiative that we have had so far since we have started it. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of students will be clearing from this program, and final results will be there. This, make sure that ultimately you should do good in return to others also. It should be like somebody's effort now we have shared. You should now make sure that others benefit from you getting a job also. Is that okay? Hopefully you clear the prelims this year, and we will start our journey with mains very soon. I hope there will not be any changes in the exam dates, etc. But our prelims, preparatory exam dates will not change. It will remain the same, hopefully. So make sure you give that, plan your preparation, use the timetable. What I have given you handout, tick mark those things. Is that okay? Please keep this dates in mind. Free open mock test on Karnataka issue, whereas All India KS preparatory exam 23rd and 7th. All right. So that's the end of the Sunday Manthan, guys. Thank you so much. Every week now is busy. Next week, economics survey test. After that, UPSC exam. After that, I think the week next after that. So like that, every week is now scheduled for you guys. After prelims, we'll start with Sunday Manthan 2.0, where we'll be discussing one essay topic or two essay topic every day. Every Sunday. Just follow that 20 classes or so, 40, 50 topics will be covered. We'll provide as much information, etc. You can practice those things later. Is that okay? Thank you so much, guys. It was wonderful teaching you all. I hope you clear and make us all proud. Thank you, guys. And now, as I promised, there will be one essay. Okay. The objective is to experience it. Now, how am I going to reward you? We will evaluate it for free and give you feedback. So if you want to really experience it, you can do that. Okay, so we'll give you a paper. If you want, you can write it in the next 1.5 hours and submit the paper, and my team will be very happy to evaluate, give you feedback, because we want to, identify the good students so that we can target them more specifically also. Try it out. See, I know you might not have been prepared today, but try it out. Sit for 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours. See the difficulty of writing an essay for 1,500 words. You feel like breaking your pen, pulling your hair, running away, okay, making excuses, getting hungry. All that will come to you. The ones who is going to overcome that and try and write something about that, about 10 pages, right? That will be the beginning of the universe telling you that yes, this person deserved to clear this examination. It just requires 1% of opportunity to be given to you, okay, to show that yes, you also deserve it. Anyways, with that motivation, see if you can write it well and good. Online students, will share the thing with you guys. Okay. Thank you so much. It was wonderful knowing you again, and some of you we will continue the journey further. Okay. Thank you, guys.